people?
What's up, live?
I want to make sure.
Now, you know that's gonna be in the front, but that's not. That's a commodity that's going to be for to go.
Gonna make sure we get everybody.
What's up, everybody? What's going on? Am I in the shot?
You in the shot? There's an empty chair in the shot. There's my chair in the spot.
Okay.
That's yours. That's yours.
Okay, and this is urine. And then urine.
Come on, urine.
This is urine.
Making sure. Do we need this? No, we don't need this.
And let me pull up the show order since Reggie don't have out the tablet.
Oh, yeah.
Tablet.
Le table. Le table.
Look, I love that you think I'm that skinny that I can squeeze through that little narrow spot you provided for me. But no.
All right, Landy, we can crank up, man. Let's go. You ready?
What time is it? Is
It's
it time?
01, baby.
Woo, we late.
We
late.
we have to pay for time.
Oh, this is yours.
That's not mine.
Yes, it is. It was on your cord.
Oh, it was on my cord. I was like,
Yeah.
do I look like I tied
What's
this
up, everybody? YouTube, what's going on? What's going on? We on Periscope?
We getting
Yeah.
there.
We on
We getting
Periscope?
there.
What's up, P? Scope? Everybody, this is your boy Q. Hey, listen, I'm here with the MTG crew. As you can see, our special guest on today sitting to my right, even though it looks like your left, but it's my right.
No, it is their left. You're right, their left.
Anyway,
The other
since she
right.
want to interrupt me today,
Absolutely.
Miss April Benet Sunshine is in the house
Hell.
of tea and whiskey with Miss Sunshine. Listen, we are going to have some great ass convo on today.
Great hand.
Great ass convo. Listen, topic of the day: relationship synergy. Remember, it's grown in Sexy September Part 2, and I think I'm gonna be real grown on today.
I'm going to have a problem because I'm sitting in between two sunshines
And
here.
you gonna get burned.
No, there's
Probably.
only one sunshine on this show. And she's right there.
Look, I was going to let you have it.
Oh, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. There's only one sunshine today.
Okay, then.
I'll just be April Benet.
April Benet. I
Look,
love
that-
it.
that's
I
sexy in
absolutely
itself.
love it. Absolutely, I love it. Absolutely. Let me-
So we'll get the show started here just shortly. We still setting up. Our promo is playing, you know, so
we got some good music today too. Actually, I think I did pretty good if I say so my goddamn self.
I'm gonna pull up the show for
What you listening to now is September by
Because
Earth,
you
Wind, and
cannot
Fire.
have September and not
not
listen.
play this song.
September, absolutely.
It's a must. This is like
Look, we
doing
were in
it.
violation last show.
Yeah, this is like having a black wedding and not doing the electric slide. That's just a violation. At some point, you gotta play September.
September is playing by Earth, Wind, and Fire, and that's like one of my favorite songs by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs by them. Yes, ma'am. No problem. No problem.
So we gotta be careful. I gotta watch myself. I just found out my mom is watching.
Uh-oh.
Hey, mama.
No. Hi, Mom.
Keeping
Yeah.
it clean then.
Yeah. No.
That's how you got here, because she was a little dirty. That's how you got here.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yay.
But then again, if my mama know me, so anything I say probably ain't gonna be too big of a surprise. I just have to explain some stuff later.
Let's get these poll questions. So let me go and get them. I got the show order actually. Can you just get the poll
I
questions?
got you on the poll.
You know, them poll questions was
Yeah.
was
Oh,
decent.
yeah.
They was
Oh,
hot.
yeah.
And they got hot real quick. I was like, God, dog, we got about 50 people done voted for real already. What is up to like 60 something now people? I was like, ooh, thank you, Lord, for small beginnings. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all, thank you for voting on our poll questions because it was great.
Yes, we had a lot of activity. A lot of activity on the poll question.
I have a question about real quick. Now, didn't somebody say something about Mo being somewhere? Where was she at?
I figured she was outside in the garage doing the live. I saw her.
She late as hell. We on live and she going live now.
Yeah. Well, you know, like you said, it'd be the most show. Okay.
Hey, Miss
I got a
Arthur.
poll question.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. How you doing, darling? Thank you for tuning in.
1 minute left, y'all.
1 minute left.
So we
on
finna
that.
go. We getting the show. We getting the show started in 1 minute.
He's gone, yeah. Just enjoy this song real quick with this 1 minute we got left. What's up, everybody? Hey, listen, make sure you guys like us, follow us, all that good stuff at MashThaGas on YouTube, Periscope. We on live there as well. If you got to jump off of Facebook, go on Periscope. Listen, Periscope is a great tool. You can watch all of our lives and stuff like that. And I think it's up for like 48 hours. You know, jump on there, and we do save our videos, so make sure you do that.
Yeah,
Jump
and
on
if
that
not,
Periscope.
you can always catch the shows on YouTube. All of our shows on YouTube. So thanks for the love. We see the hearts and the likes. We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
We show.
Hey,
do.
Derek. What's up, Toby?
Stand
by. Stand by. B-Y. Stand by. We're going to crack this bottle because this show is sweating. It's cold, too. Praise him. We got some mimosas and shit.
What China?
Oh, we're going to crack them open.
Yeah, we usually wait till first break.
First
Oh,
break,
that's so
yeah.
Hey,
I
welcome
lied.
to the show, everybody. Welcome to the show. This your
No.
boy Hendrix, and I'm here with the MTG crew. Q was a little busy, so I let him take over now.
No, you go ahead, man. You doing real
Oh,
good.
no, okay. So, welcome to the show. Again, like I said, the MTG crew. We have our special guest, Miss April. How do you say your guy's name again?
April Benet Sunshine. I just call her April Benet today.
April Benet Sunshine. So if you look at our Facebook Live, you know your boy Hendrix is sitting in between two sunshines, and I'm feeling the burn, and I'm loving it.
He is loving the burn.
Yeah, I'm loving the burn.
Okay.
You feeling those rays?
Yes, that ray of sunshine. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So, Miss April, why don't you go and tell us about yourself before we do our normal introduction? But we want to, you're our special guest,
Go
so we
ahead.
want to bring you in and tell us about yourself and what you do.
First of all, I want to thank MashThaGas for having me here this morning.
Yes, we're glad
And look,
to
I'm
have
not a
you.
morning person, so listen, I had to be here. That's how much I love you guys.
Oh, we
Okay.
love you
Well,
too.
thank
I snooze till about maybe 4:00 p.m.ish. But my name is April Benet Sunshine. I have a podcast called Tea and Whiskey with Sunshine.
Yes,
We
it's
air
great.
every Wednesday on Facebook Live between 8 o'clock ish.
Right,
We understand
Yeah,
the ish.
The ish.
Right.
We
You know,
understand the
it's
ish.
going to be in the 8 o'clock realm. I promise you that.
Right.
And we talk about all sorts of things, getting your life together. We have give you the keys to life with a shot of whiskey. And we're on 9 different platforms. And I'm just really grateful to be here. I really am. I'm excited about this topic, and I'm ready to get it started, honey.
I know that's right.
Okay.
Listen, everybody, if you want to join the conversation, make sure you join us at 214-417-4827. That is the Side B hotline for the next couple of hours and shit. And let's go ahead and get the show started. And real quick, Miss Sunshine is here with me. Can you say hello to everybody, Miss Sunshine?
Good morning. Good morning.
She got on her Afrocentric stuff today. I'm loving every bit of it. I'm loving the hair. I'm loving the colors. Very, very fallish.
Come
shade.
on.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it all. I love it.
I'm getting all of my life right now.
I'm loving it. I'm so loving it. My boy Hendrix is here with me this
Hey,
morning.
what's up, peoples? What's up?
And y'all know what Mo is.
She late.
She's on the way.
She is late. Let me tell you something. That Mo, let me tell you. That Mo, we started the show, of course, at about 10, 10:03ish. We come in, whatever case it is. Mo gets here. She gets here at 10:05. She's on time.
Mm-hmm. But she usually about 10:15, 10:20.
And even if she get it at 10:10, we still say she's on time.
Yeah.
And even the engineer knows that when she gets here about 10:10, she's on time.
She just makes a grand entrance. That's okay.
I mean, it's just, the grand poobah of grand entrance.
Does she have her own theme music when she comes in?
She
Look,
needs
we
to.
should too.
You guys should do that. That's just a part of her, thing she brings to the table.
I'm trying to
We
figure out
gonna
what.
put that in the works.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what song would we play though. I mean, what song we could, because we're not gonna play that song that she likes. What's the name of that song?
Nah, that song, no, we ain't
We're not
playing.
playing that song.
What song was it?
I can't. It's by Sybil. What's
Don't
the-
Make Me Over.
Don't make me over. Hill to the
That's
note.
the jam, though.
That song gets played twice a year.
On this show.
On this show, twice
That
a
song
year.
was jamming. Don't get it.
So she
It
get-
does jam.
It's
She get her
jamming.
birthday show and one other show in the
And that's
And
it.
that's
That's
it.
it.
Because let me tell you why.
You're
Because
being so mean to her
because
like that.
let me
That's
tell
not
you,
me.
That's not me. Because when we put the music together, it's a collaboration of music.
Try to keep it fresh and new and hot.
Yeah. And then so when I asked her for music, don't make me over. No, we're not doing that.
That's
Every
her
time you
theme
do-
song.
But then don't
Whitney
make me,
Bobby.
Yeah.
Whitney and Bobby,
Yeah.
ass. Shit. Yeah, Whitney, you know, rest her soul. I was
Just
listening
let
to
her
her
be
car.
great, y'all. Let her be great. Oh, I think I hear somebody coming now.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Come on in, Mo.
Well, you know
All
what
right.
I'm
Ladies and gentlemen, Mo Swag is in the house. She is.
Wait, you gonna sit on your mic?
Uh-oh. Let me tell you something.
You got an extra mic. We can go. But no. Y'all didn't tell me all them folk were walking down
No,
there.
hey.
We didn't know either. I didn't know.
No, none of us knew.
I didn't know. I really didn't. Welcome to the show, Mo. Tell everybody hello. They
I
see
did.
you.
You did a great look. And I didn't even sit on it.
No, you didn't sit on it, Mo. You didn't
No,
sit on it. It was
that's,
broke.
look, that's why
We
the
just-
tape is on it.
We just decided to give
Look,
you
we
the
thought the
broke
tape was on it to mark them. No.
one. And then if it don't work, Mo, you know, you like holding stuff toward your mouth. Just hold it towards your mouth. It's
Wow.
It is a type of show.
Yes, it is. It's mating season.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I don't understand why y'all think it's mating season.
No, this
Because
is.
ain't none of us
How
mating.
you
If
know?
y'all would get out, y'all
You
would.
made
What you talking
They
about?
don't get out and do nothing.
You don't get out
Y'all
there.
don't get out and do nothing. Y'all going to the Greek festival?
I'm asleep. Look, when I leave
I
here,
heard
I'm
about
going.
it.
Since
I'm
when
It's gonna be really great. I just saw a bunch of food. I'm like,
I won't be here.
Baklava.
I won't be here
When is it? When the big kicking?
next
next
weekend,
weekend.
No, the Greek festival the 20th through the 27th.
and that's when I will
He
be.
won't
You said the Grape Festival?
Greek. I'm sorry.
No, the Greek Fest. Obviously, the Grape Fest is, I think, next weekend.
Are
And
you
Grapevine. I'm thinking about it. I like the wine. Don't play with it. I like the wine. You going to the Grape Fest?
Look,
Yeah.
I need the Grape Fest.
Grape Fest.
I need
is hot.
Oktoberfest.
I need a margarita fest.
Right.
All the fest.
Just give me all the fests.
All the fest. You want all of them. Every
What's
fest
strawberry
that
fest?
I want
Just
the
like-
black people fest. I want the Hispanic people fest. I want the white people's
Yes.
fest.
I want
I want all the fests.
Mm-hmm.
All right, poll question number one. Here we go. This poll question just really surprised me. From the desk of Q, that's me.
I don't know why he has to do that. He does that
Let
every
him know.
time.
Let him know this morning.
That's
It's
me.
me. You know, it's me. If your significant
Yeah.
other was into bondage and pain, could you oblige them to maintain your relationship? 59% says absolutely, bring it on.
Yeah.
41% says hell no, I'm not into that. We got 69 votes on that.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody beating my ass.
Well, hold up,
No,
Mo.
no,
No. Here's the thing that the
She
way
said
the
no.
question was posed was, it didn't mean that you had to be bonded. It could be that they wanted
That they
to be
want
bonded.
to
I'm
be.
not
And
beating
even
nobody. I ain't
then,
got time for all
You
that.
know,
What you mean? You ain't doing
it
nothing.
doesn't necessarily mean they beat you.
Right.
I mean, it could be something as easy as like they may just want you to choke on.
Maybe a nice
What?
tap. Just a nice tap.
Nice tap or
Like
something.
a nice tap.
You know what? Our people done gone through too much with them.
Oh, God.
With the
With
chain.
the ropes. I'm
Wait a
not.
minute, you said we passed slavery. Huh?
Y'all talking about y'all want to hang me, choke people on the trees and stuff? No.
And you know what, Mo? I have heard that. I've heard that in different BDSM groups.
Yeah.
That
BDSM.
BDSM.
What does that stand for?
Bondage.
Bondage, discipline, or dominance, submissive, sadist, masochist.
Mm.
Anything with Satan in it, I don't want to be involved.
No,
Same
sadist.
Sadist, not Satan. Sadist.
Satan.
I mean, but if you think about, but sadist is the root word for sadistic, right?
Sadistic.
I mean, so wouldn't they include Satan some kind of way? If you what's
No.
that word?
No,
No,
It
no,
could be
no,
no.
doing something.
No.
So being sadistic, what's the word?
Sadistic.
That word. Being that way, because
You
it just
didn't
won't
even
come
on
out.
top yet. Wait, okay, so explain the BDSMGQLO.
Well, there's a contract that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
If you are going to partake in this type of lifestyle, it's a lifestyle.
It's a
There is a
lifestyle.
contract that you make between you and your dominant one, or you choose what you want to do with it. You don't just have you seen 50 Shades of Grey? Shut up.
No.
Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey is like an introductory.
She
to
ain't
the
interested in that.
lifestyle.
She not interested in that. If you try to pull Mo out the house after bedtime, unless we got something to do with a lottery ticket and her job, she ain't coming.
Look,
She ain't coming out of her house, man. That's just what that is.
Oh goodness.
But you know, I like 50 Shades of Grey. That was a really good
Okay,
movie.
about this, so there's a contract, so it's a written word. Is that the one you had that safe word?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Pineapple.
Pineapples.
You didn't have pineapple is too long a word to say. No.
But that's,
You
that's,
can say that too.
that's what makes it funny.
Right.
That came from train wreck, but that's
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, you
Okay.
can. I mean, any word you want to pick, Mo. You can say, you
Hell
know.
no.
Whatever you choose.
Whatever you choose.
Oh, how much
But-
you got in your
But I
bank
think
account?
that's
That's
where,
it.
and you know what makes these relationships work is the communication,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
which is why a lot of relationships in themselves fail.
Talk about it today, sunshine.
Yeah.
Tell me.
And that's what it's about. It's all about the trust and the communication that you have with the person that you are about to do this with. Because honestly, don't get me wrong, I think the reason why, you know, kind of like you looking right now, I think the reason why a lot of us are so limited on what we do with our bodies is because we were not given the option to explore.
Right.
Express.
And then, so, you know, you get to, because, you know, it's not just, of course, you know, more, well, looking at it now, more men are starting to come out with it now. But at one point, you know, BDSM was kind of like more of a femme thing, you know. But now more guys are starting to come out with it, and they starting to say, hey, I like this, and, you know, I like to be choked, and, you know, a little bit, and
And I
stuff
was gonna
like
say,
that, you know,
for the
big
most
hard,
part,
you know, that kind of
Men
thing.
have always been seen as the dominants, but
Right.
they're really not. They're more women are dominant in the bedroom as far as BDSM is concerned than
Yes.
men.
Right.
So you have your dominatrix.
I mean, just picture it. You have this corporate America man, this CEO. He controls this huge company. He has all this power. But
Right.
behind closed doors,
He's
he
the
gets
weak.
to submit.
That
He
right
gets
there.
to just let somebody else control him, whatever you know.
And not
Yeah.
have any thought.
And yes,
Mhm.
And
that's
the
like a
same
great
thing for
outlet.
women.
So,
Mhm.
yeah.
The women that are submissive in the bedroom are generally very independent, very go-getting in the workplace. But
Wow.
when they come home, they want to release that. They don't want that power.
It's just a balance,
Yeah.
kind of your own atmosphere, and you know, people, you know, depending on what kind of stresses they got going on, that could be a really hard balance. And so, you know, people, they have to make sure that they, you know, I said it before on the show, y'all tell me not to ever say it no more, but I say it's kind of like exercising your will a little bit,
Yes.
you know, kind of, you know, give and take, you know, so you can remain level, you know, for whatever life has to bring you. So let's move on with the next poll question, because I think that was a poll
60
question.
some people.
60%.
No, he said we had 60 some.
69 votes.
69 votes.
69.
That's a good year, baby.
And you know that
That's a good
70th
year.
person wanted to answer, but they were like, nah, I can't mess this up.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
But you know what? Over 1,000 people saw the question.
Yeah.
So all you 1,000 people that's following us, go ahead and answer the poll question. Listen, because these questions help us, you know, kind of figure out what's going on. And thank you guys for a couple of comments as well. But here is the next poll question, of course, by me. It's
From the
by me.
Detective Cube. Of course, that's him.
That's me. That's me.
See, now I expect it. You used to.
I'm here for it.
That is me, you know, because Mo think it's her show. You know,
Mom
so.
came early.
See, I told you.
Well, hey.
I told you.
And I would have been here on time had it not been for them people walking all the damn place.
That's the heart walk.
That's the heart walk.
That's the heart
Good
walk.
call.
Some people got the blue shirt, some people got the red shirt.
Well, it's because
And they
of
have-
the corporate
and they-
I was saying that
sponsorship.
everybody's on their own team.
Maybe
Yeah.
they're representing the different arteries of the heart. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because you know that
So good.
Ventricles.
you know
atrium.
you do know that blood is not red when it's in your body. You
It's
know
blue.
I didn't care. I had to get across the street.
Wow.
She's gonna win. Let it go.
Let me tell you,
But
you know, I have to agree because let me tell you, because I was
Yeah,
like,
but I
when I came out the garage, and I didn't run into the parade. I just came off of M right here off of Live Oak, because you know I come out from the Plano place. So I just started off of Live Oak, just make that, you know, that quick left. And so I was like, well, I don't people going. So I just pulled into the garage part. And then I came down, I was like, well, damn, how am I gonna get across the street? I said, you know what, I'm gonna get across the street just like these folk drive.
Mhm.
So I started walking, I said, and started walking that way.
Were you bobbing and weaving?
Yeah.
It was Bobby.
Right on, right on
Weaving
across
and
the street.
dodging.
Wow, in front of the white people. Thank you, white people. That's the
Look,
American walk. That's the whole walk.
white,
It was
black,
more than white
Asian,
people
they
out
were
there.
all
Black,
out
white,
there
Everybody was out
representing.
there.
You know, it was all colors
Heart
of people.
health, y'all.
It was
Oh
the
my
6 black
gosh.
people. Them 6 black people.
I'm just
all
saying,
had
wasn't
heart
that me
attacks.
black folk? I was gonna say white
Because they
people.
had heart attacks. Here we at home eating chicken.
I can't.
And fried catfish.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat when I leave this mug.
Right?
And fried catfish.
let's go to the next part question. Y'all is retarded. Something is wrong with y'all. Okay,
No.
as humans,
As you.
as humans, you know, we human
Okay.
people. Are we really built for monogamy? Sex with one person. That's what that means, just in case some people don't know what monogamy is.
Well, and it's proven by their lifestyle.
Okay.
Look, if you've had sex with only one person in your life, just go ahead and tap that.
You a rarity.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah.
Let me tell you
You said
something.
your lifetime or just right now?
In
In
your
your life.
lifetime. In your lifetime.
You lost me in high school with that one.
I got some girlfriends who are like that.
That's like
My
what?
aunts. Aunts, I got girlfriends who are like that.
That's what they told you.
Nah, they with the same dude from junior high. They got
Wow.
kids.
Bless
They
their
live
heart.
out.
Bless their heart. Ain't,
I
so,
still
you know,
say that's what they tell you.
let me tell you something. But you know, hold on. Let me give you the results.
Oh, get your
Okay,
results.
let me get your results.
Good.
Okay, 63% says yes, I'm monogamous. 37% says no, I don't think so, and we got 64 votes on that one. Or
So-
do you guys
And
think
you know
that we
what? I
just
think a lot of those people are monogamous right now. But again, how many of those people can say they have only slept with one
person?
No one can say that.
Hell to the
Unless
no.
you just you're a virgin and you masturbate.
I mean, but even that get old, don't
No.
it? It don't.
Can't nobody please you like you can, honey.
This is a sexologist.
Well, what I'm talking about, like if you have the if you have the option.
You have to
Look,
teach them how to please you, so it is.
I can honestly say I never disappoint myself.
I mean, I don't disappoint myself at all. I'm just saying. I mean, sometimes you got to
You better
work.
know it. You better to thy own self be true. Hey, hey.
I
Did she
mean,
just make a scripture?
No, that was like George Washington or somebody.
Look, I thought it was Reba McEntire.
I get Reba
Everybody
nasty.
said
She nasty. Reba McEntire nasty. You know she got that.
You know she a redhead.
Yeah, I
honey,
can say she
yes.
red. You know when she got that throat, that drop a little bit
You
when
said
she sang.
thoke?
That throat, that drop a little bit.
Oh,
That throat.
that's that serious throat.
That's what I'm talking about. She got that throat.
Mhm.
You know, so she probably can suck.
Oh!
When she sang. Reba McEntire got some good music, but Reba McEntire got that country sexy music. You know what I'm saying? I love me some Reba McEntire. Let's move on with the
Okay.
show.
Yes.
Y'all
Yes.
is crazy.
Yes,
You know
let's
what?
move on.
Yes.
Something is
I'm-
wrong.
Yes,
What y'all
I'm
think, bro?
confused. Bonnie Ray, let's give him something to talk about. What's going on?
Yeah, I hear you.
Something to talk about. Hey.
Yes. Anyway, wow, wow. So today, yeah, it's just off the chain, huh?
Oh yeah, because we could crack up and eat mimosas at
I'm
10:40.
excited
Yeah.
about this mimosa.
We have to
Wait
wait for a time.
10:40.
Oh, we
Well,
gotta
because our
take a
first break.
We
Yeah,
gotta
first
take a
break.
First break.
I know you itching. I know you
Breakfast
itching.
for
I know you
champions.
itching. Okay, so check this out, everybody. So again, we're talking about relationship synergy. Okay, so different kinds of synergy.
What does synergy mean?
Synergy means it's the shared energy between like persons. So, for example, we have synergy.
Symbiotic relationship.
Absolutely,
You feed off of each
we
other.
feed off of each other.
Coordination.
You know, that's what we do.
I'm
And-
just saying, don't assume everybody listening. Watch.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Amen.
I got
I
it.
just like to believe that everybody in this world is intelligent, at least out in our
What the hell
world.
have you been
I know,
doing?
I know in the real world
I was
when I'm
gonna
out
say,
there
I
and
was
I'm
gonna say
working, I'm like,
No,
How
let me tell you
dumb
something.
can these
Impossible
people
to
be?
Like I posted the other day.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
sperm is the one that won? How the hell?
Oh, how did that happen?
Well, I did.
Hey,
Message.
you know what? The fastest person on the field is not always the smartest.
We know.
That's true.
Baby, we
Ask the
know.
tortoise.
Dumb.
Ask the tortoise, because he showed one the race.
Sure
Yes,
is.
indeed.
You know, sometimes when you hurt, you run yourself tired. The tortoise say, turn,
Preach.
and you just get on across the field.
Yeah.
Because you know the sperm that gets the egg is the smartest of the millions
The
that swim.
strongest, the strongest.
You
No,
know,
it ain't the
so-
smartest. Cause
It's
some of
the
these folks
strongest.
walking
It's
out
the
here,
strongest.
You
ain't the
know,
smartest.
you know, they ain't the smartest. You know, that's probably why a lot of people be denying their cheering dad. Oh, damn it to hell! We ain't supposed to be talking about that kind of stuff. Let's go. Let's talk about the show. So again, our topic is we're talking about relationship synergy. So our first topic we're going to be talking about today is open relationships. Now this is brought up by Hendrix. I just added the
I
last
know
part.
that's right, because I didn't understand. Go ahead.
Open relationships. This is brought up by our boy Hendrix. So he's going to explain, you know, what he wants to know. Is it a cure for cheating? Open relationships. Is it a cure for cheating?
Well, see here, this is my I guess my inquisitive nature.
Okay.
Because as the poll question said, it's like, well, is monogamy for everybody? And to me, it seems like monogamy is not something that has always been. If you look at it from a historical standpoint, monogamy is something relatively recent when it comes to human beings. And it was only initiated by the Catholic Church. This was not something that has always been.
True.
So if you look at history, men would have multiple wives. And I know that's kind of lopsided.
And men.
No, there
It's
are
not
some.
lopsided.
There are some cultures where the women have multiple husbands.
I
Exactly.
like that
Multiple sex
culture.
work.
I like that culture. That sounds
True.
great.
And this is my thing. To me, it's when monogamy came to be, it was not so much about the family. It was about money and controlling money and land, which controlled power.
Yeah.
So if you remove the power factors, then if you look at history, monogamy has not been present. And if you look at nature, there are only a few animals that are monogamous.
Yes.
Correct.
Only a few.
Yeah.
Out of the millions of species on this planet, there are a handful that are monogamous.
You better teach today.
So I'm trying to figure out from a human perspective, what do you all feel on monogamy and how do you think it works? But we'll start with Mo because we know where you're going to go.
Absolutely.
Well, because y'all put that open relationship part in there,
Mm-hmm.
and to me, open relationship is just permission to cheat.
So is it, let me ask you this, and I figured you would go there. So, let's say you and your husband have a joint bank account that you pay bills out of.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're
That
born
makes
into it.
sense to you, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's say that for whatever reason, you or your husband say, you know what? Hey, I'm running a little low on cash. There's an extra $100 in the joint bank account. Do you mind if I pull that out to cover me till I get paid?
Okay.
He's setting it up here.
I know.
Mm-hmm. You'd be okay with that as long as it was communicated to you. You could have the discussion,
Yes.
right? Now, if on the other end that $100 just ends up missing, you'd have a problem with that, yes?
Yes.
Because your right to choose and decide and to know all the information was
Uh-huh.
taken away.
Yes.
Right, right.
So in my head, this is the correlation to open relationships.
Okay.
Again, not saying that I'm in total agreement with it, not saying I'm totally against it. However, from a scientific standpoint, I look for understanding.
Right.
Right.
So in my head, if there's communication, which again seems to be an issue, as long as there's communication and both parties know, I don't see the problem with it.
Okay. I understand that.
You don't agree with it, but
Not
you
at freaking all.
and that's fine.
And the reason
However,
I don't agree with it is because with sexual intercourse
mm-hmm.
and relationships comes feelings and emotions.
Rev,
But Mo,
And when you can't control feelings and emotions, you can't.
but-
And particularly when you know, a relationship does really well when the two of you are on the same, you have the synergy, you're on the same thing, and then you put that sex in there. How many people have said, you know what, we were doing well, then she got all in her feelings after I hit it, and now she just crazy.
okay.
So that's why the open relationship part may work for men or people who are not as sensitive or emotional when it comes to sex, because sex drives a lot of things. For
Okay.
people.
That's a good
So
point.
that's why I'm thinking the open relationship is just one big permission to lie. Because if I'm a girl,
But you're not lying.
I mean,
Not
you
lying.
how you lying?
you lie to yourself. Because you're
Okay.
lying to yourself telling me, oh, I can handle that. No, you can't. Because you're going to get developed feelings for one of them, and I guarantee you, the one that you develop feelings for in this open relationship ain't going to develop the same type of feelings for you. So now your butt hurt because the one you like don't like you, and you having sex with three of them, and the one the two want you, and you don't want them too, because you know how it is. You always want the one that don't want you.
Okay,
And
but
see, I
Mo,
disagree. I
mean,
disagree.
I kind of agree and disagree, but I'm gonna let you go first because you're the other lady in the house, so you go ahead.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
He called me a lady.
Did I make a mistake in calling you a lady?
Oh, no, you did.
Oh, Okay, I was trying to verify. You scared me for a second.
I just feel that
Aspirin, don't ask.
everyone is capable of something. Yes, there are some people who have feelings and everything that get involved, but I think that as long as you know exactly where you are yourself, then you should be okay to have any kind of open relationships or, you know, fuck buddies or, you know, friends with benefits if you want to keep it clean. But
You on the B side.
I know.
We'll never keep it.
You have to keep it clean, 'cause you're a
But
lady.
no, seriously, I don't think just men can keep things physical. I think women can too.
I agree.
I truly do.
I've never met a woman who can just straight physical.
So,
Look.
So let me.
Have you not met a woman who has been fucked over time and time again that they just get to a point where it's like, you know what, I don't even want that mess no more.
There's emotions.
Yeah, but I mean, but at the
They're
same time,
driven by
though.
their emotions.
So then it's like, okay, can we just get it in and get it out and keep it pushing?
And then let me say this. I mean, because I agree with you. You know, the only thing I kind of want to say to that is, I agree with Mo as far as the emotional part is concerned. Because when you do mix your juices with other folks, you know, people. I'm a firm believer in soul ties.
Woo!
Okay, so I do agree that when you merge with someone, that you
There.
develop a tie with that person. Now, it could still be a one-night stand, but in life you would think about what you did with that person. That's a tie. You know, so, you know, I firmly believe in that. But I also do believe that people can manage their connections. I always tell people all the time, if you know that you're going to be dealing with a certain person in a certain way, in a certain manner, please understand and know two things. Number one, if this is what you say is going to be done, that is our contract. We're going to keep our contract.
Communication.
And sometimes what happens is you do have people that love each other enough to say, you know what, and it don't even have to be in essence that they are not even clicking in the bedroom. It could be something just as much as, look, hey, listen, I like, you know, someone who likes to dominate me, but my wife is sensual. So I get my sensuality from her, but I'm submissive to somebody else. It could be anything. I'm just pointing out, you know, just speaking generally. But it could be anything or whatever the case it is. And if both people, if they love each other that much, she'll, you know, they have swinging parties and stuff like that. People work their way into different types of lifestyles to make their marriage work. Because after all, number one, marriage is your marriage. And how you manage your money is how you manage your money. You know, and so I agree with you with the feelings. But sometimes people already got their feelings in check. Because it could be two married people that got married and say, you know what, we're going to get married, we're going to have some kids, we do love each other, we're going to be friends or whatever the case it is, but you know you married a hoe, you know this is what was going on, you know this is, you know, and people get married like that and they still do their own thing but still love each other just as much.
Yeah.
You know, and so whether I agree with you, you know, I have to piggyback off of, you know, what Reggie was talking about. Marriage is really set on a lot of religious principles, whether it's Christianity, you know, Judaism, you know, Catholics, you know, all this kind of stuff. Because everybody have their own symbol to unite in front of their Savior, their God, you know, whatever they want to pray to.
Whatever is socially acceptable.
Socially acceptable, whatever's underground, I mean, whatever.
Because that's the other thing is,
Yeah.
I think so many people that we don't or we wouldn't see in that light, oh, they about that life.
Oh, yeah.
Best believe it. But you don't know it because they present what is socially acceptable.
And then you look at it like this, like, you know, as far as I know, that's just coming on top of my head. Like Muslims, for example, they think, you know, well, let me rephrase. Their belief system is that when they pass away, they should have a whole lot of virgins,
70 virgins.
70 virgins and stuff like that. So that is not monogamous behavior.
Yeah,
that's
that's
not a thought. Even in like Reggie was saying, in history, you know, like David, for example. David had thousands of wives. but the Bible only talks about Bathsheba and the other one,
Which is the one he wanted.
which is the one he wanted. But look,
But he had an open relationship.
he had,
And
but
he
see,
only wanted.
but it was tolerable at the time for kings and princesses and stuff like that. What I'm just saying is that, you know, people have learned how to behave this way
Yeah.
because, you know, people look at them differently because, you know, they don't want to be able to sleep with the same person. Don't mean there's nothing wrong with you, but who should limit themselves when there is a variety of beauty that God has made?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so people, you know, I'm just saying, you know, and that's why a lot of people don't want to get married. Some people are smart, you know, not to get married because if I know if I'm gonna cheat on you, I'm not gonna marry you. It don't mean that I don't love you, but if I'm not able to keep my lawns girded like they're supposed to be, then I'm not gonna marry you. What the hell am I looking like getting in a relationship with you? And I know damn well you're not gonna be cool with me going somewhere else. Now, if I run across a woman and she say, yeah, you go do you, if she like females or whatever case it is, I'm like, okay, we can do this together, or I can watch, whatever you want to do, I'm cool. You know, just don't trip when I go do me.
I will never understand relationships.
I mean, but that's things like that happen. I'm just saying, you know, it's
And again,
realistic.
it just boils down to communication.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mutual
It's
communication,
really a
respect.
choice. At the end of the day,
And
it's
it's a
all
choice.
a choice in what you choose to do, because I feel like a lot of people do it with the matter of having the choice to do so. And also, it depends on your attraction and your love and commitment to that person.
Right.
And how far you're willing to go to make this work. Now, if you know you're not willing to go far, like he said, to make it work, then you know, hey, I'm not going to do it. But on the retrospect, it is what it is. It's a choice. Open relationships is a choice.
Right.
And you know what you're getting into. And if you know you're not able to handle it, then it's just not your cup of tea.
Right.
And it's okay. However, on the contrary, when it is your cup of tea, it is important to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because an open relationship is you're open and honest in communicating what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's what it's really all about. The communication, the contract. It goes back to the contract.
Yeah.
Verbal
Contract.
agreement is a contract.
Right.
Yeah.
And the contract I chose was marriage. That's the contract I chose. That's the contract I wanted. That was a contract that was taught to me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, based on beliefs and whatever you have. But at the end of the
Right,
day, what really keeps the marriage together is the friendship.
Mm-hmm.
We had to have a friendship. We nasty, honey. And I love it. We nasty.
I love
We was
it.
nasty in the beginning, because what you do in the beginning, what you gonna
That's
bring
how you
into
keep
the
'em.
marriage.
That's how you keep
So
'em.
we nasty.
You looking like a set of keys, Jackie. People nasty.
So that's where the BDSM, that can come into play, because you trust that person and you can take it on those levels. When you're in marriage, you just go ahead and become the side chick. You become that little piece, little nasty porn
That's
star.
right.
You do all of that.
Pornographic
So,
bullshit.
you ain't even gotta do no open relationship.
So-
I'm the open relationship.
So, fellas, I'm gonna tell you like this: if
Pornographic
you married,
bullshit.
you need to invest in your wife 52 weeks.
At least.
Yeah, 52 weeks.
No, and those wigs have to match 52 nasty outfits.
There you go.
And you need to give her a nice pole that she can have for 52 dances.
Yeah,
Yes.
52 tubes of
Look.
lipstick to match.
And,
So-
and if you that man, just
And look,
Yes.
Look,
Get up, baby.
Look,
Get up.
look, I'm just saying that's a small investment in your marriage, because you're looking at what, roughly maybe $2,000 total. Fellas, that's a small
So you get to-
investment.
So it's like,
that's an annual investment.
okay, so it's like,
2,000.
okay.
and then you got to invest in, things like, for example, because sometimes I like to look at a little porn every now and then. I like to look at a little porn.
Absolutely.
And you want to be able to be comfortable to look at that good, nasty, freaky gut bucket in the
Bookie, Nicky.
all kind of mold spoils type porn.
But think
you want
about it, the
that.
sex industry is a trillion, probably $billion
It's a
business.
$1
Absolutely.
billion
And it's
It is.
secretive.
Yeah.
No one talks about, did you see that good sex tape that came out? Nobody talks about the new release of the porn star that came. No one talks about that.
Yeah.
But everybody have it.
Yeah.
You know what? So,
Except Mo.
yeah, except
Mo.
Mo. Yeah, Mo ain't gonna have that. So with that being said, we're gonna go to break. And we're gonna hear "I Wanna Be Your Lover" by Prince.
Yes, you done good.
Yeah.
Made my day, honey.
Grave.
Yes.
Then we're gonna have "Grave" by Summer Walker and "Push It" by 2088.
I'm liking this.
Yes. We'll be right back.
I love.
Okay, pop open the drinks.
Let's pop it
That's
open.
so
Let's get
nasty.
it
I
started.
Oh, I know Mo just.
It's
This
okay.
ain't Mo's
I
show
was
right
there.
now.
I was there. I promise you, I was there. And it's okay. I was there behind this.
When you cross over,
You don't ever go back.
No.
That's what you scared of. You gonna cross over? No.
No, I don't.
Are you married?
Yeah.
You're married?
It's so funny because I've had exes from the past, but you remember when? No, I don't remember. that.
He's like, yeah, I don't remember stuff like that
Yeah.
either.
Welcome, Miss Sunshine.
Good.
Ah.
That's so crazy.
Well, with the red
know.
solo
Look,
cup.
anytime we gotta
And
get.
because she's our guest, we're gonna let her get the
Wait
first
a minute,
pour.
Miss
Oh, that's
Sunshine,
so
where the
sweet.
wine glasses that you have to have? You
No,
know,
we in solo cups.
you know, I
baby.
use
You know
yours
we do.
over and over. Like that big heavy one, I will use it over and over at the house with Kool-Aid. And-
All right, let me see.
That
Who,
enough?
who
That
watching?
I don't know.
Okay.
We just gonna give you some juice.
Yeah, because I can't have that.
Okay,
What
now
is
see,
that,
I just.
EJ?
Oh, this is
Don't you
yummy.
ever compare this to
Hennessy. That's what you did. You get it to her?
me.
Give
This
it
is
to her.
YNC.
No,
No, this is
Oh,
for
where's
me.
my cup?
I thought.
For me,
Oh,
this is
what? I
early.
thought.
No,
it was
it's.
Y'all
Oh,
were talking about that before.
You
That's
Remember?
my cup right there.
EJ Hennessy the other day.
Oh my God, God is so
Why am I
good.
becoming myself?
oh,
Now let me
oh,
back it
that's
up.
too much juice.
Did you
I know.
Did you
There
say
you go.
God is so good because of your drink?
Yeah, that was the
I
first
was like, I didn't
miracle.
even have room to pour in there.
The first miracle was alcohol. I love it. Amen.
Look at this. This is some Hennessy Pure White, courtesy of my great co-host, Mr. Hendrix. This is a blessing because I need a freaking drink. So let's see who we got on here real quick. Let's see who on here. Who is on?
Oh, they go
Who
by
is
Lovey,
on?
baby.
Who is on? What's
Hello,
going
Mr.
on,
Bear.
Derek Huggins? Thank you. Let's
So we
see here,
need
Alicia,
some liquor, so
Kanisha,
you
thank
have
you,
a good
Salone, thank you.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's a
Y'all
lot of
should
y'all
have a
on here.
good-
Oh my God.
Good Saturday afternoon.
I'm trying to see who this is. Okay, well.
Doing that.
I don't
It
know.
won't show me who's all the way on, but thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to get cranked back with the show. Hey, listen, make sure you comment. We're talking about getting relationship synergy. What we're going to be talking about next, guys, is going to be I'm telling you, it's going to be a fantastic topic. We're going to be talking about relationships. What is on that thing? Relationships or the A word? Oh, hold on.
He said the A word.
I got it right here. You know what? I'm sorry. No.
Attachment?
No. Relationship appeasement. Appeasing
Oh,
yourself
That's gonna be deep.
Like
in relationships. Do you appease yourself in relationships? So stay with us. We'll be right back on in just a second.
I mean, it's the same. But it's different meaning.
See, the
My
reason
shoulder.
Okay, hold on, girl.
because you
You like it hard or you like it soft?
I got you.
You like it hard or you like it soft?
What we
I got
talking
you.
about now?
I'm
Oh,
not
yeah,
sexual,
just
just
like
nasty.
that.
Like that. I have to massage your neck
No,
every
it's okay.
now
I
and
got
then.
you. I got you.
so you understand what I'm
I do. 100%. I do. I was raised in a
So I
very
clicked it.
religious background, so.
I clicked it. I put it in there for Zach directly, and then I put it in there for everybody else.
talking about. Okay.
Yeah, because I know you.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Is that better?
Hold on, let me
That
put the
sounds
fan
like
on
you're
you.
gonna stop here in just a second.
I am.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
One of my coworkers, that was him.
Come on, massaging.
He's talking about,
I know.
what is this reissue thing? I said, I don't know what you're talking about. He kept walking down the hall. I said, I use profanity. You can't hear it.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Yay.
Who has an aspirin?
Thank
I have a
you.
horrible headache.
You're so welcome.
Anybody got an aspirin?
Yeah, it's
I
called
have
champagne.
Excedrin.
I didn't bring that.
Excedrin?
Yeah.
Okay. We got a headache?
Well, I think the wet barometric pressure changed. So that means it's killing.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you
Your
just old in other
sinuses.
words.
Huh?
You old in other words.
Yeah, these.
Okay.
You do it like this. Because my hands are dirty.
You just want one?
The one ain't gonna do it.
Oh, for me.
Okay.
Can I give
Excuse
you
me,
one?
everybody. Son, put my booty out there.
So, Henry, this is what I'm telling you. This is what I do. I go to the grocery store and I'm like,
You
I'm
need to
gonna-
hold it with more than 2 fingers. There you go.
I'm like, I'm gonna.
This is not a blunt.
Okay, that's enough.
Well, like she don't know what blunt is.
What's a
OMG.
blunt?
Right. What are those
You went to
things?
Prairie View. Don't come with me.
You don't know what blunt
If
is.
nothing else, you know what a joint
Oh my
is.
gosh. What
I
are
know what a
these
joint.
blunts you speak
I was on
of?
the other side.
Oh my word.
Do you like how they taste to you?
I only like
Right.
girl blunts.
This shit is
I
good.
know.
Are you?
You gotta have the orange
This is
mango.
Yeah, this is really good. That's what I said.
Yes, I turned it on to this.
Yeah.
Like a couple
know,
years ago.
You gotta
I've
step
never
your
had it
mimosa
before.
game up.
You
You,
got
have
step it
to.
up.
you gotta step it up. You can't.
Next time we gotta have a little
Orange
fruit
juice?
though.
Really? That's all you got?
Mm-mm.
Let me tell you, but this stuff right here is good too.
What is that?
What is that?
This is sparkling wine.
By who?
It's called Andre.
Oh, Andre is very good.
And you can buy Andre at Wally World.
Come on, Wally World.
And you don't even need a cork. It's a screw top.
Okay.
Now, we can't call it champagne.
Nope.
No,
No, it
it's
wasn't
not
made in
In Fr-
Champagne.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, it has to be made in Champagne,
Only
France.
Corbel is the only champagne that's considered champagne that's made here in America.
Okay, y'all.
Y'all
So
know
But
too
the
much
parent
about-
company is from.
Right?
Yeah.
okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm
I
gonna
didn't
bring
know we were
in.
playing this
I'm gonna
song.
bring in.
Yes.
Bring in a relationship and peace. We're gonna talk about that for a few minutes because Mo, you're gonna take over and talk about real love versus unhealthy
I
attachments.
love it.
Okay, so that's where you're gonna take over. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit because we already cutting into segment 2 with segment 1 topic. But I want to get all these topics, try to get all these topics in because they damn good ones. They damn good topics. So y'all made me proud. Y'all did a good job. Even though I insert myself on everything.
It's your show. You
It's
should.
your show.
Did you like my live in the car?
No,
I
we
ain't
never
even
did.
live, man.
Is somebody even
I
like
told you she went live.
And you know what? Let me tell you something. I was not ignoring you when you was talking about play info, but the Hold On to Your Love, the intro is 2 minutes long.
You know that is a lot of our generation songs. They got 2-minute intros.
That's because our moms and dad's generation, them songs total was 2 minutes.
Mhm.
And then we went to the opposite end. But
But I played a song off the album though. Stand by.
I'm standing.
You know
by.
what? These songs nowadays can be considered jingles. They're so damn short.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just repeat.
Because nobody's buying, everybody dropping that mixtape. Nobody have time for CDs no more.
EPs.
Mm-hmm. Are we back? Are we still live?
did y'all say,
We
did
got
y'all
live.
say happy birthday to Beyonce the other day?
No, we hadn't said happy birthday. Well, why would we say happy birthday to Beyonce and we haven't even mentioned Tupac? Because his birthday was yesterday.
And you know,
birthday
you
party.
know where Tupac is?
Where you at, Mo?
He on Epstein's Island.
He's in
You know,
Cuba.
Epstein? Somewhere.
And then our girl P. Hall, Precious Hall, her
Happy birthday, Precious.
Wednesday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
she turned it up.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. P. Hall live
Very
feed.
good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she was acting a fool. So
We
Yeah,
need,
she
more,
was.
hilarious.
we need more tarot reads. How you doing with your
You're not doing good with your tarot reading.
she didn't listen to enough.
Look, you
Yeah.
know, it's hard to let go of that B.
The what?
My B. My bitch.
Okay.
She okay.
Sometimes I be wanting to say something, but my breath just come. I think that's just God saying not to say.
No,
that.
uh-huh.
Let's
Look,
move.
every day I be like, you know, protecting yourself from sadness is protecting yourself from happiness. And I just answer back, and I just gonna be living in limbo.
At least you're honest with yourself.
Just gonna be living in limbo.
I mean,
What is wrong with you?
No, she's embracing. She's basically saying it is what it is. Until I choose to fix it, it is what it is.
You are so nice. You gotta come back. Because we're saying it's just crazy.
No.
No, I don't think she's crazy.
No.
See, let me
I'm
tell
going to be
you, Mo.
horrible to everyone until I decide to be
That's
happy
just
to
not what
everyone.
she
I'm
said.
not, no, you know what? And I'm not horrible to everybody. In fact, in my discussion with a fellow friend of mine, and she was, because I was like,
let's just call a friend.
okay, but I mean, look, I didn't want to say, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But I was like, yes, I'm a miserable bitch. And she was like, you don't come off a miserable bitch. I said, well, because I mean, we cool. I'm good with you. But you know, when people of, you know, whatever reason and whatnot come at me a certain way, you get a certain person.
You have to give her a reason, let some stuff down, some
Yeah.
walls down. You have to peel her off layer by layer.
Like an onion.
Not
Look
that
at
I
you.
know.
No, onions stink. I would say more of a banana or
Now, you should have said banana
Because these
love.
artichoke.
Okay,
is something
artichoke.
else.
Oh, now I love me some artichoke, y'all.
Okay.
Because if you say banana,
Yes.
it's a whole different way.
Love me an
Well, the men's are
artichoke.
good too,
Slice
honey.
that bitch in half, roast it in the oven.
Yes.
So you like the artichoke that's got the ball in the middle?
They don't have balls in the middle.
Not really a ball.
Let's move on. Let's move the hell
We're
on.
just talking about food. We're just talking about food.
Again, if you want to join the
Like the
conversation,
artichoke and spinach dip.
Yes.
Okay.
214-717-4827 is the
Okay.
side
You
B
gotta move
hotline.
thing off because so
Oh,
saying you're not on there all the way.
No,
What are you
it's
talking
the
about?
thing because
Okay, good.
my video is cutting it off by the
I mean-
head, and his
But
is
you-
showing everything, and
Mine's showing
Hers
everything.
is showing everything.
she's
so.
got everything.
It's
He's
okay.
got
This
everything
Is
over
this
here.
Facebook
Yeah,
Live?
this one
Then
is that
we're
one.
good. Then I don't have to
Yeah.
move. Good. I
No,
get
you,
it.
Oh,
you
yeah,
come on
yeah.
over here.
I mean, but it don't matter because you on camera.
Yeah.
So you just fine. You on camera.
Okay,
It's gonna
good.
show right.
Make sure she's seeing you guys with the light.
I mean, you know, you can't help but look. She got on this loud ass jacket, so we gonna see. Got on that loud ass jacket. When you came in
gorgeous
here,
coral.
it
I love
is
Thank
a
you.
nice color. But when you walked your ass in here, I had to remember I was smoking weed earlier because my peripheral didn't work right. You're
Oh my
never
God,
loud,
so
and
glad
and let me tell you, and I'm saying that to
No.
you. I'm doing
You
this to
cut
you
off. No more
because.
mimosas for you. This is your last
Let me tell you,
one.
I have to give it you, Mo, because let me tell you, I always tell you, Mo, go ahead and wear your brighter colors.
You tell me.
I always tell her
Okay,
that,
so
and
why you
so
getting on her? She
because I
did what
got
she
to
has
embarrass
do.
her because she think this her show.
But he told me. He
Well,
said,
apparently
wear
it
louder
is.
colors, be more dynamic, be more
yeah,
outgoing,
come
be
on.
more bold.
Yeah.
I go to tour. I say, y'all, we got this radio show, and I need more clothes, but I ain't got no money. and then the girl talking about, well, you want to get something? I said, yeah, but I ain't got no money. You want to? If I say I got it from Torrid, y'all hook me up. Can I get it? Yeah, I got it from Torrid. Hook me up. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tori. We
I love
appreciate
I
it.
had
it.
to, I had
Torrid,
to
the
Torrid the store. I had to go.
My,
to
I
Torrid,
like
the
my
store.
actual top is from Torrid.
See,
Okay.
see,
I
love
see?
Torrid.
So that's
Okay.
3 Torrid. So I had to go
It's
to
the Juicy
clearance,
Girl
and it
store.
was only one, with the shirt and stuff didn't fit, kind of, but it don't fit. But it's,
Oh, I
it
love it.
was
That's
free.
why I knew I loved it for a reason. Can't
So, and then next week they're sending me some earrings that are bold
Okay, Mo.
and bold.
I'm
Rela-
here for it.
Relationship appeasement. Let's talk about that.
What is appeasement?
Appeasement. Okay, for example, you always, well, there are some people in relationships, what they do is, in order to feel, I'm going to say this, because this is kind of what I've run into as a life coach, and I wouldn't dare talk about any of my clients to anybody. But what I have witnessed and have been seeing is a lot of people are doing extra to keep their love at home. A lot of people are not seeing, or let me say rather ignoring the signs that their partners no longer want to be with them. And so what they do is they appease them by trying to, for example, if she likes her burger rare, you want to make sure that her burger's extra bloody, for example. People try to do everything and go above and beyond to keep a person at home that no longer wants to be with you. And so that's appeasing. So I want to know what you guys think about that. So I got a story. So y'all know I got a story because I got to talk about a couple of my Houston friends.
Now I look. This is something, and I've even got it posted on my Facebook. A ring won't save your relationship, neither will a baby or a threesome.
Okay.
And I honestly feel like
That's
women are the most guilty party when it comes to appeasement.
That is so true. Yes,
Wow.
I agree.
Okay. So let me tell my story, and then I'm gonna let you, because this was your topic actually. But I gotta tell my story though, because my story.
Tell it.
And do you need your tablet so you can remember?
Oh my.
I got the.
Look, do I
don't be
need to
looking at me
bust
with
out
them
my
eyes.
pen?
You bust out your
There's so much
pen.
shade in this
Okay,
room.
so here we go. Let's go. So my homegirl in Houston. Shout out to my homegirl because I told you I was gonna talk about you on my show.
Oh.
So my homegirl in Houston has this guy that she's been dealing with for a long time. Let's say 4 years, I believe they've been together. Well, what's happening is that she is trying to figure out different ways on how to keep him. So now as a guy, you know, a lot of my female friends, they call and ask me for advice. You know, they may say, hey, you know, what, you know, if he's acting a certain way, or if he's doing this, if he's doing that, you know, what do you think that means? You know, and as a guy, I'm like, okay, well, why don't you just ask them? You know, because, you know, you can get certain actions misconstrued. But there are certain things that you just don't ignore. Like, for example, you know, and this is one, just as old school, as classic, people do it all the time. If you at the house and you know you're in a relationship with somebody and y'all there and one of y'all starts sleeping on the couch and you're not sleeping with somebody in the bed, that's a sign. Don't just be, you can be tired all you want to, but I'm coming to bed where I'm supposed to be.
That's
No,
not always
I do.
true.
It's true. I sleep on the couch a lot. Would you like to
No.
know why?
This is what I said. You can be sleeping on the couch, but you're not sleeping with me.
Oh, you mean not having sexual intercourse?
You're not sleeping with me. If you on a couch, if you're not being attentive, if you are distant, there is a reason for you sleep. The couch represents trust. If there's a reason why you can't lay next to me and you say you love me and you're not giving me what you say you feel about me, then there is a problem. There is a gap. There is a separation. You know, and so what happens is in this situation, this is kind of what happens. So he's kind of moved in the other room type situation.
Like covers and pillows.
Covers, pillows, clothes.
Oh, see,
Roommate
I'm
style.
falling on the couch.
That relationship
Roommate
is a wrap.
style.
That relationship is a wrap.
Okay.
It's gone.
See, the reason why I
Roommate
don't be in the
style.
bed sometimes because I be watching Hulu, catching up to Handmaid's Tale and Arnold.
Right.
No.
Right, you don't
but-
want to keep them up. You're trying to be
I'm like,
respectful.
I'm talking to TV. You know what I'm saying? You got to sleep.
Yeah, so moved in a room type situation. So she calls me and she asks me, she says, so what do? I said, what you mean, what you do? You move on with your life.
Stop.
Wait a minute, let me get through, and she was like, well, why would you say that? And I said, because as a guy, you know, when a man is in a position to where he's no longer embarrassed to do what he really feel like doing in front of you, and he really, in a sense, has that control to disrespect you, you don't need to be around that. You need to put yourself in a position to where you need to accept the fact. You don't, if you need to talk to him, talk to him. I'm sure he'll tell you because he's already showing you, but what more do you need? If somebody is literally, if you move out of my bed to another bed that I'm not occupying, but you say you love me, this is not Lucy and Ricky. We're
Right.
supposed to be in the
This is
same
2019.
room, you know what I'm
I see what you
saying?
mean.
And
That
so,
part I agree with.
and then nowadays, I'm glad you said that. Nowadays, we in 2019, being faithful is not even. People cheat nowadays so blatant, and it's not that I don't think that people, in a sense, try not to be caught. I think a lot of people want to get caught. Because and I say that, let me tell you why. I say that because I look at the way that our society is now. I look at the way that people are recording themselves. But you can't continue to record yourself, or whatever the case it is, and let's just say you and me break up and then expect me to keep that promise one day. You know, because the trust is not there. And so a lot of these people who are being exposed, what's happening is that they may not have pissed off an ex, but what if her new dude got a hold to the video and they share it? You know, things like that happen. We are in that kind of society. And so I told her, you know, simply move on with your life. And I'm not saying that in a harsh way. And I don't want you to be hurt, but you are hurting yourself more if you sit there.
I agree.
You know, and I think that more men need to invest our knowledge in our guys so we can learn how to communicate how we really feel.
Right.
You know, I think that as old school guys, we need to be able to say, man, look, if this is how you're feeling about your lady, don't rip her heart apart by separating from her. Talk to your woman, you know what I'm saying, and say something, you know what I'm saying?
Don't drag stuff out. Don't lie. Don't pussyfoot. Don't, dance around shit.
Yeah.
Well, see, a lot
Be
of men's
upfront and
excuse
be
is,
honest.
their excuse is they don't want to hurt your feelings. So they rather lie to you than hurt your feelings. And a lot of men would rather just go ahead and do it and not ask for permission. They'd rather go ahead and ask for forgiveness
But
versus
see,
asking for permission.
And that's
That's
where
good.
a lot
That's
of
good.
men,
yeah.
I'm going to use that term very loosely right now.
Oh.
Males.
Oh.
males,
The male
Yeah.
species.
Yeah.
males. Can we even say
You
that?
burning. You
But
burning.
look, but that's where you have these males
Okay. You doing
out here
good.
running around thinking that they the shit. Look, I don't look. Now I'm mad. I'm
Don't
mad
get mad.
and I'm
Just
losing
don't
my
get
train of
mad.
thought.
No, it's
Just
okay.
breathe. Just breathe. There you go.
And they run around calling women crazy. Oh, bitch, that bitch crazy. Well, why do you think she crazy? Who made her that way?
And you know, I can.
I mean, let's just go ahead and call it what it is.
Okay.
If you spend years
Right.
grooming a woman to believe and look at you in a certain way, in a certain light, and you and that's what you present, but then that person finds out you a lying, cheating dog of a man that hell you ain't told the truth in 20 years.
Okay.
Okay, let's go
Now
back.
she crazy.
Let's go back.
Bitch,
Let's
you're
go
the
back.
reason why she
Okay.
crazy.
Let me get this back.
Because
Am I showing?
Where you
Am I
at?
showing?
I mean,
Is
I,
a bitch showing?
I just took an Excedrin, but my nerves are so bad.
Okay, Mo, go ahead.
Because this is my first thing.
Because
Your-
actually, we're gonna be moving on in a second. Go
Your
ahead.
girlfriend, right?
This is my home girl.
Your homegirl, your girlfriend, your ace called you.
Call me.
Instead of talking to her man.
No, it's okay. I know you. Okay, I got friends who are guys who I can go to and say, "What does this mean?" But why did she not go? She's married, right?
They're married. Well, yeah, they're married. They're married.
Why did
yes.
she not go to another woman who was married?
Because Mo, think about it. Now, think about it. I'm because I asked.
Well, I gotta answer that one too. Go ahead.
Because let me tell you what, I
Okay,
would go to
go ahead,
Oprah,
Mo.
I would
Go
go to Oprah Winfrey for advice on how to be a media mogul. I will not go to Oprah Winfrey to find out how to lose weight and how to get married.
Exactly. I hear you.
So, what I need women to do, wherever you are, like single women, if you want to be married, don't talk to your single girlfriend
Thank you.
whose vagina is so huge that a whale can swim in. I need you to, single women, if you want to be married, I need you to
Oh
speak
my
to
God.
married women. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I agree with you.
Kendrick, if I wanted a degree in engineering, which hell never, I would come
Hell
to
never.
you.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
If you all needed information regarding financial literacy, I would hope you would come to me.
Right.
I do not want you to come to me if you need advice on how to dress. Because that is not a good thing. Because
Okay.
that lady had me in Torrance. Say it twice. That lady had me in Torrance for about 3 hours. I was like, I'm good. Just give me a shirt. A shirt. But so listen to me, baby. Your girlfriend first is not going about the girlfriend in Houston is not going about it the right way.
I hope she's watching, girlfriend.
You got to listen because she's not going to, she's coming to you. I'm not saying your advice is not sound or solid, but I'm telling you, you're coming from a place where you have no knowledge. I'm not saying you don't know relationships.
No, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah.
Because
Go
see,
ahead. I'm listening.
you know what you did? You gave her advice from your perspective. That was great.
That,
When I was going to come to her, I would come to her and say, what did you do? The only thing a man needs is a cheerleader. Like I said, if it was all about sex, then all the hookers in America would be married.
Absolutely.
And they wouldn't be on them corners. So
Okay.
it's about the cheerleader, the one who cheers the loudest, the hardest, the farthest. And so I'm asking her, what are you not cheering about? Are you not getting your hair done on the regular?
Okay.
Are you not letting yourself go weight-wise? Because depending if she's black or white, or depending on what kind of culture, it don't care about the thickness. They don't care.
Yeah.
Oh,
Men always say, I don't care how big my girl is, it's just how she look in clothes. So they don't care about the dimples. They don't care about the dimples. Because if they cared about the dimples, they wouldn't watch that porn that
they
y'all be
playing
watching.
the dimples, honey. They playing the dimples.
Wait a minute. Wait.
That porn y'all be watching. Them girls have dimples and they have stretch
No.
marks in their
Wait,
porn.
hold on, Mo. I
No.
thought you was talking about the wrinkled sheets and everything.
I
And
did.
the cord.
And them sheets ain't wrinkled.
No.
And I be seeing
ingrown hairs.
and see,
Whoa.
and I be seeing dust bunnies.
What the hell?
That's why I can't see. I can't watch porn. They got
Look, I
dust
gotta
bunnies.
change
Ain't
it every once
nobody.
in a while. I'll be like, oh no, I just got turned off. I got.
I'm like, who is in your bedroom? And I'm like,
Look, he left his socks on. He still got his shoes
But I
on.
agree with you 1,000%.
Thank you.
If you are trying to,
That's why we have to have you back here. Because we love you.
when you are trying to give sound advice to someone who is
What the
currently in a
hell?
certain situation,
Look,
you have
that's
to
why I
already
need
know about
porn
that
to step
situation.
in.
Listen to our guest now. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Thank God.
If you need sound advice, you need to speak to someone who is already in that situation to give you that advice that you need. So I'm not going to say that what you said was incorrect or inaccurate for her, but what she needed to do was talk to someone who's already in it, and she probably didn't feel comfortable talking to someone who's already in it because of maybe the image she portrayed about her relationship.
Probably so.
You know, because some people are not comfortable with going to certain people about the real issue because you don't want to deal with the real issue yourself.
Well, and then that's why I said she should speak to someone married. Because I'm gonna tell you this: if you have been married
Maybe
over
she'll-
90 days,
maybe she'll
and
tell
if
you.
you haven't thought about divorce, you're lying.
Maybe she just having any friends with, marriage. I mean, yeah.
And
So
that's the problem.
yeah,
And you
yeah.
know what? But another reason why we're gonna move on because I'm gonna give it to you so we can go ahead and go to our next topic.
Okay. So.
Because we were cool. She knows a little bit about me because there was a situation that I was involved in at one point in time where I was in a situation with an ex. We were sharing an apartment, but when we broke up, we moved into separate rooms. And the reason being is because we were both tied to the lease, and this is in Houston way back in the
Pay
day.
a letting fee, honey. You have to stay.
But you know what? But see, at that time, my job was like 3 minutes away, so I wasn't going nowhere. Yeah, but then that was my mindset at that time. You know, let me tell you, when we broke up, I moved into a 1-bedroom apartment. She moved into the same apartment complex in the next building over.
Yeah.
No BS.
Yeah.
I got stalked for a good 3 years. No joke.
Oh, probably because she was emotionally attached to you.
It was that deep,
because
honey.
it was because it was a sexual thing.
Let's move on to let's move on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it to Mo real quick, everybody. I'm gonna give it to Mo. This was Mo's topic. Do you need the show order? Do you need the show order? Yes or no?
The show order. Well, go ahead and give us
Go
some
ahead,
topic.
the topic is real love versus unhealthy attachments. This was your topic. Take it away.
Okay, so my understanding, and help me with this, Hendrix and Sunshine. Y'all help me with this. Help
You
me.
didn't call me. That's rude.
That's okay. Okay, this is my situation. My understanding. Y'all falling in love with being in love. Not y'all. But people are falling.
That's
They
true.
watch their 30, 25, 100 Shades of Grey.
Sick of you.
I'm so done.
Sick of you.
So
You know,
done.
they watch these soap operas every day.
Can I get topped off?
Victor
please?
Newman is 99 years old, and he and Nikki are still going together. See, somebody on TV.
Oh, okay.
First of all, that's the problem when y'all fall in love with love because you've never seen people in your household or in your home or in your church who have been in love and have showed that. So you can't imitate it.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with y'all in this love situation. Love, marriage is a contract. Y'all talk about
It's a
the
decision.
decision. Y'all talk about this oral contract when y'all doing the SBDMG. Y'all doing that Satan Massachusetts bondage.
I can't.
That's an oral contract. So is deciding.
Contract.
Love is a verb. Is it right?
Yes.
Is love a verb?
Yes, love is a verb.
Okay,
It's
so
an
do
action
it.
word.
So do it.
Okay, so can I say this in regards to what you're saying? Because I completely agree
When
with
is his?
you.
When is his show?
Y'all two agree?
When is
I
his show,
agree.
baby?
I agree with
I'm
Mo.
so done.
Because you know what, Mo, but this is what I have to say in addition to what you're saying. When you find real love is one of those things where it is, to me, now this is just my opinion, IMO, in my opinion, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
IMO, in my opinion. Love is one of those things, it's just not a verb, but to me it stands over time. You know, love is, if you know me, you know how I am, that's good. That you learn me. That's a wonderful thing. I'm glad you're paying attention to me. But if you love me and if I love you, the moment that I see you, I know your heartbeat. That's love. The moment that I connect with you, when you walk in my presence, I'll know if you're in a good mood, if your face is straight, just like it is now. I'll know if something's going on with you. I'll know if you know, anything that has, I'm talking
But you're making a point.
hang on, just let me get through.
Go ahead.
I'm talking about real love.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Now
about
that's
real love.
love versus infatuation now.
Right. Well, that's true. But I'm talking just
Real
love. If you know, this is, and these how guys fall in love. Guys, what we do is when we see a woman that we love, she is it. It doesn't matter about nobody else. She it. When she come into the room, when she put on his favorite fragrance, when she walks out the door to go to work, when she comes home and she is tired and says, "Come here, baby, let me rub your feet real quick," even though she's supposed to be cooking dinner, quote unquote. He may put something on for her. It's a thing that he shows his emotions and he's vulnerable with her. Now, when you talk about unhealthy attachments, and unhealthy attachments can be brought on by the facade of those things. But the moment that you start to get tired of those things, you should start to question if you really love them in the first place. Because to me, when too many people doing it, people having these unhealthy attachments going around here talking about, "I love him, and she's my road dog, man. I ain't never been close to nobody like that before." But then they disrespect your mama. Or you got somebody that's my boo girl, he love me, but he done got you pregnant off a rap career promise.
No, not the
Did you
rap
say a
promise.
rap career promise?
Yes.
That's why
Do
you're
you
pregnant.
know? Do you first off, Mo, and I'm talking about, and you know, Dallas alone is a Southern music mecca.
Yeah.
We have some of the best artists
We do.
come out of these swamp things down here out the Trinity River, flowing across the South Dallas. So what I'm saying is there are a lot of artists out here, and they get with these chicks. Then you popular locally. So and then what happens is you get with somebody, and just because they had their song play on Spotify twice,
No.
He said Spotify.
you have 2 and 3 children, and you acting like Lorenz Tate on Why Do Fools Fall in Love when you running from crackheads. I mean,
Because they're in those open relationships.
but that ain't
so
love
they got
though.
emotional
No,
attachment.
Mom. That's
It's emotional.
but it's emotional. But see, what I'm saying is, love does hurt. And I have to tell people this all the time. Some people say that I always say God is love. Which God is love to me.
Right.
But the thing is that some people say God will never break your heart. But what you think love is?
Yeah.
Love is something that it doesn't always feel good. That shit hurt. It hurt because that sometimes people that you love hurt you the most.
Let me tell you why love hurts so much.
Why it hurts so
Because
much?
love is a decision. You have to do it in spite of. Love
Yes.
is sacrifice. Sacrifice hurts.
Right.
Giving yourself up for another, that hurts. You have to die to self. Like, that's why love hurts. If you love, but if you're loving and you're not sacrificing anything, giving up anything or nothing on your end, that's not love
Absolutely.
at all.
And then the thing is that I always tell my fellas, listen, man, if you're gonna go by the Bible, she wasn't supposed to love you in the first place.
You better preach. Look, I'm gonna go run. I gotta go run.
He ain't ordained minister. Nothing.
She wasn't supposed to love
Because
you in
what's
the
the
first
scripture
place.
say?
Well, I'm gonna go to scripture, but no, I've been drinking
I
Moses.
mean, I heard
You've been
about
drinking
scripture,
mimosas
That's why I want to go run.
So, but what I'm saying is that
It's
and let me tell you, and I'm just really kind of tired of people using Boaz and Ruth, for their nice little
Me too, because
revelations.
Ruth and Naomi, they manipulated Boaz.
Well,
And then not only that, hold up, Boaz didn't even like Ruth at first.
He showed didn't.
And so the thing is that, what I'm saying is that kismet happens when it's supposed to.
Yeah.
it's about time.
It's about your timing.
That's what
And so
Naomi
if
told
you're
her.
trying to hold a person from doing the things that they love to do and call it love, that ain't love.
But and
That's
here's
called
the
control.
here's
Yeah.
the thing about Boaz and Ruth.
Uh-huh.
To me, when I read it, it didn't come across as a love story.
It
It,
wasn't.
it was about doing what's right and going about things the right way.
Right.
That's what it was about.
And
it was
once
not
you
a little.
do that, you're what?
You're blessed. Because
Hallelujah.
you do it in the order you're supposed to, and then your blessings come to you. Even though doing it the right way may take a little longer sometimes.
And that's all I've been saying about marriage and family.
But why the hell you keep trying to get me married off so damn quick then?
I think you was the one that did that poll question.
Because you're doing
I'm
it the
telling
right way. You got, okay, so I talked to this young girl on your behalf. You'll thank me later. So anyway, I said, I said, well, he's this, he's that, he's that. And you know what she told me? She said, well, why is he not married? He sounds like a great guy. I said, why are you not married? Are you not a great girl? She was like, I said, it's about timing. It's not his time yet. And it's not your time. I'm glad she getting away from that no good dude she with, because he was horrible. But then, you know, that's none of my business.
And that's another thing.
That's what I'm telling you.
That's another thing. I'm glad you said that. Sometimes people they confuse real love because they're damaged goods.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all are damaged in
Yes.
some kind of way. Somebody hurt you, abused you, some kind of way.
This is from a guy's perspective.
What?
I'm feeling attacked.
No, I want to give y'all the difference between love versus infatuation.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's on you.
Real quick. Okay, love versus infatuation. Love is devotion.
Yes.
Infatuation is an emotion. Okay, so love is growing into. Infatuation is falling into.
See?
Okay, love is feeling of security, and infatuation is feeling uncertainty.
Wow.
Love is lasting. Well, infatuation is temporary. Love is in love with a person, and infatuation is in love with love. You're in love with a thought.
Right.
Love is I love you. Infatuation is I want you. Show up here, matchmaking. Come on through. Love is strengthened by time. Infatuation is weakened by time. Love is based on shared experiences, beliefs, or attitudes, while infatuation is based on physical attraction or popularity.
Right.
Love is not jealous. I don't know about this one. But infatuation is the inability to trust. Where love knows you can wait to marriage, and infatuation is based on sex. Now, I'm kind of funny about that one too, because I still love you. I still want to fuck too. Love is friends as well as lovers. Infatuation is no real friendship. Let's just get it and go. Last one, love wants what's best for you, and they want what's best. They want what's best for the other person, whereas infatuation wants what's best for themselves.
Amen.
I love it.
So with that,
one of them.
With that being said, we're gonna go to break.
Is it time for
Yeah.
break? Oh,
Is it
wow.
time for break? Because I was getting ready to just give my 2 cents.
We're gonna listen to Just Can't Stay Away by In Vogue and Till You Come Back to Me, Rochelle Farrell.
I love
Till
it.
you come back to me.
You better sing
Who
it.
sang that? Cause it sure the hell ain't too.
The shade.
That hurts my feelings.
Oh, you enjoying yourself?
Yes, I'm enjoying myself.
Okay.
I'm glad you came.
So what you gotta understand is, we talk bad to each other like this, but this is how family do.
I know. I'm
So
just
you
wrong.
ain't,
I'm just kind of living.
cause you trust me. Cause this one right here, she being good today.
She really
Yeah,
is.
She really is being good today.
We have a guest.
When I actually am awake. Oh, that's my baby.
Who's
That's
that?
my
She can
baby.
make you married.
Who? To
To
who?
you.
I don't know about that.
Damn.
I can't get nobody.
I don't know about
That
that.
fucking hurt my ear.
We gotta talk about
Oh,
I gotta
I
get
got
part of
with
it.
that one.
We gotta talk about that's my baby.
Who is that?
That's my baby. We gotta talk about that. I gotta find out what
She
he's
put that
at.
whole voice up.
I know
That's
she
my
did.
baby.
I know she did. Every put people know I ain't
Does he
getting
wanna
married,
be
bro.
married?
Look, y'all know I'm anti-marriage. I done it twice and that shit ain't fun.
You anti-marriage.
I'm
I ain't
anti-marriage.
anti-marriage. No.
And you know what? I also kind of believe that the up and coming generations
Okay.
are too, because you know what? I think they're hell. Goldie
Chef, you right
Hawn
now.
and who's the dude she with? Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
How long they been together?
Okay.
Well,
25, 30 years? No.
They're not married
No,
yet.
and no plans to be married. Because
Okay.
both of them had failed
Yes,
marriages.
that's what she needs.
When they came together,
Yeah.
they were like, yeah, let's
Okay,
not
but
do
you gotta
that.
own it too
Because
now.
once you do that, something wrong.
No, we gotta care. But we
And
gotta
so,
care.
what was wrong? I got my eyes
No,
on
I
you.
just, you said you was getting hot, so
Oh.
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help. That's all. Cause you put your cup in front of the fan, and I don't think it's reaching all the way, so I'm just trying to help.
He is not preaching.
But yeah, so yeah.
Well, they both have to.
I think there are some people who are not suited for marriage.
I agree.
Some relationships that are not suited for marriage.
Physical does not do anything for me.
And that's okay.
No.
Marriage is what society expects.
What this is, she's intelligent and she's
Oh.
smart.
She matchmaking.
Baby, when I tell
I'm
you,
a
she
little-
How old is she?
going on,
How old is
she
she?
old enough?
No. How old is she?
She's young. She's in her early 30s.
I'm not trying to hook nobody up with you.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, that's
She
my
just
baby.
had a birthday.
You know, and see, that's something else. I done dated younger.
Well, you know me. I prefer.
This is what happened with me because I know where
Honestly,
you
I
are.
prefer
know where
older.
you
I
are.
mean, that's
Like,
just.
when I was in that place,
I mean-
that's when my husband came.
Look at this.
I was done. I was done. I was sick of the fuck shit. I was over it. I was doing me. I dated. I had a good time. I mean, I had a great time. I was still dating while I met my husband. I was having a good time.
Oh, that's my song. What ladies out there? Tell me, crank it up.
And different. He stayed my friend throughout all of that. I was doing me. I had a boyfriend over here, a boyfriend over here, but he still stayed my friend. And I was open with him. For all along, he was just
I'll
my
be at the,
friend.
we gonna be at
And
the
then
Green Bay game.
And then it just
it
clicked.
just clicked. I'm like,
We're not going to the game.
and it's been blissful ever since. We have our
I can
issues,
come out there because we're gonna do a
but I
show.
wouldn't do it
I don't
anybody
think
else.
any relationship, I don't even think friendships are without their issues.
Yes.
Look, I got a girlfriend every day. I'm like, I'm gonna kill you, girl. I
Yeah.
hate you right
It's
now. Don't
about-
talk to me.
it's this
Don't
person
talk to her
willing
for a
to
whole
fight
week,
for
2
it.
weeks, a month,
Whatever.
whatever. I'd be like, I'm
Yeah.
You ain't talking to
It's
her,
like
but
you
if she
really-
call you and say, this was up, you be like, I'll be over there.
Exactly.
But you know what? To me,
But trust and believe, we are not without our issues.
Of course. It's about how bad are you willing to
October
fight
6th.
for it. If that person is worth
so
it, yes.
the Cowboys and Green Bay game is October 6th on
Okay.
Sunday. So we
See how
going
they
to
change
tailgate.
the issues? You
Oh,
see that,
cool.
right?
We going out there to the
And
tailgate.
who in Dallas?
So we're gonna
You
tailgate.
should come.
We
So
are-
Pops is gonna tailgate again
Oh! See,
So
Is
we
it gonna be on the
you didn't
inside?
say Pops was gonna be there. I'll be there.
with the
Is
crew.
it gonna be on the
I'll be
inside with
there.
AC?
No. It's
Yeah.
It's
October.
October. Oh, don't worry about it. Our tailgate set up. We got AC. We got heat. We got everything you need. So
Had
yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
I'm a little voodoo. I'm like perspired.
Yeah, food, TV.
Right.
It's gonna be fun. When
Oh,
is
yeah.
this?
October
October 6th.
6th,
October
Green
6th.
Bay in Dallas, we're
Yeah.
going to tailgate. So what section do we go in?
Silver Lot 4 again. That's
Oh,
what I'm
Silver
saying.
Lot 4, okay.
Right where we were before.
To Silver Lot.
Oh, we
number
had so much
4.
fun.
But then this
Oh, I
year,
was so drunk.
and y'all didn't even stay out there the whole
I
time.
know.
I stayed. You were gone.
Oh, no, you
I've
can
never
stay.
done tailgating before.
It is
what
so
happened?
fun.
Well, if you go
Look,
with my
I finally
family,
left. I don't know
It's
where
so
Hendrix
fun.
was.
Oh my God!
I went to the game.
I just invited her.
No.
I can't.
When I left,
Okay, Ray, that's it.
you been gone
Oh
for a
my
minute.
God.
Is that when I just
In
disappeared?
fact, Pops and I had talked
We-
about it.
When I just disappeared?
We had
times.
so much fun.
Listen,
We
stand by y'all.
we
Standing
did
by.
we did everything. I did everything but light blunt. But
No.
I went to the car.
Because I
That was
don't,
real.
but y'all don't understand. I don't like crowds of people like that. That's why I disappeared. You seen my dad kept
I
disappearing
know, but
too.
he disappeared
I
behind
left
the
too.
tent.
Yeah, I
I knew when he
disappeared. I walked away. I had to. I don't like crowds like that.
And you know what? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
after a while,
I'm
you
ready.
ready to go.
Look, I'm hungry. Like my mouth already watering. I'm hungry.
Yeah, Pops a fool on that grill.
I'm
What y'all gonna cook
hungry.
at this
I need some wings. I need some chops.
Tell Pops I'll make banana pudding.
Okay.
Look, I'll bring another
He hear you. Pops watching.
Hey Pops, how you doing? I'll make banana pudding. I'll bring you.
Well, I'll bring Tupperware to take food back.
Mo ain't coming out nowhere.
She's so
It's in the
lame.
daytime.
All right, we live. Welcome back, y'all.
I just
Welcome
invited,
back,
I
back.
just invited your
everybody.
future.
All right.
Oh my God.
I'll be there.
Listen, everybody. Now, look, listen. We hope you enjoyed our Grown and Sexy September so far. Again, we want to say thank you to Miss April Benet Sunshine.
Thank y'all for
Yeah,
having
yeah.
me.
She is like the bomb ass guest. She is keeping a little bit of of sanity in this insanity, especially her sitting next to Mo. So, Mo, let's continue because this is your topic too.
Oh.
Okay, Mo. So we're gonna be talking about common dating pitfalls.
Oh, I like
On
that.
you.
On you.
Okay, so when you go out with these people and they have so when you go out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have enough money in your purse that you can pay for the meal. So stop over ordering, Alphas. Stop over ordering.
Thank you.
I'm so tired of women
That
talking about
is
y'all going out for
so
a free
true.
meal. I'm like, shit. Okay, so
That's
someone
so
Look, it's
asked.
one thing to go out for a free meal, but when you're going out for a free meal and your lunch and dinner for the next day,
Right.
Okay.
Like we had a
They do that?
a sponsor
Yeah.
who's taking me out to dinner, and I ordered when I go to Papa Do's, I order a salad and a bisque.
Okay.
You know why? I know, and a sweet tea because that's under $20.
oh no, I ordered two.
And he was like, "You can order anything you want." And in my head, I was like, "No, I can only order what I got in my purse."
Right.
And that's what you need to do even when you go out on these dates. This is not a kill-all, okay? So show some decorum, girls.
Oh!
I agree with you 1000% because my father would always tell me, if you're going to go out on a date, make sure you can pay for your own meal and pay for your own cab ride home, just in case it fall through.
Because he was a daddy. That's what daddies do.
Just saying.
The second
Wow.
thing is, we don't care about who did you wrong, and you don't need to tell everybody. Tell it to Jesus, tell it to Mahat, tell it to whoever you worship.
Come on, ma.
Okay?
Wow, that's good, Mo.
Because
That's actually good.
nobody cares.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Look,
Okay.
that's all she said. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares because this is a date, this is an interview. Do you go to a job interview and say, well, my other 3 jobs, they fired me because I didn't come to work late and I didn't know what I was doing and I told them I could do access and I couldn't do it? No. You go into that job interview and you show your best foot forward. Same thing with when you go on a date.
Okay.
Oh, and this is my this right here. Okay, calm down, Jesus.
Jesus game got to be the one that's gonna be calm. I guess
I gotta calm me down. Okay, this is what I want y'all ladies, and I use that term so loosely.
Females.
Females, you don't have to have sex because a man has a penis.
Amen.
You don't.
Just get it. You're right.
I mean, would y'all stop having sex with folk before you know their favorite color, before you know if they got a brother or a sister, before you know who they are?
So Stella can't get her groove back?
Stella got her groove back, and you know what happened? She ended up finding out that her husband was gay.
This is true.
Now, that's real talk. Y'all better.
This is real talk.
I appreciate
Terry
it.
McMillan wrote that, honey.
She wrote it.
all. No,
She wrote
lived
it.
She lived it.
She
then
wrote it
wrote
and lived it. She went to Jamaica, got her groove back, brought him home, and then he said, well, you know, I after we got married, you know, I like men.
So sick of you, don't know what to do.
But I'm right. I'm just tell these women, stop having sex with these guys. If you think you like them or whatever, get to know somebody first. Get to know somebody. And that's the dating pitfalls because you're going to get emotionally attached. You're going to make the wrong decisions. You're going to try to break out somebody's car window. And this is just between me, you, and Jesus.
Wow.
So you're saying get to know the other head.
Helping you.
Not that head, but this head. That's what you're trying to say.
I didn't say it like that, but okay.
Like
But
I
see,
got it.
this is what
Wow.
this is what a lot of women do not understand about men that are actually in love with you.
Right.
If a man is actually in love with you, it could be a beautiful woman walk by. He can notice her, but that's gonna be it. It's like, oh, she look nice, and keep it moving. He's not gonna stare and gawk at her
Right.
Yeah.
because it does. Honestly, I know when I've been in love with a woman, it could be women hitting on. I'm oblivious to women hitting on me.
Yeah, you are slow.
She's the only one in the room for you.
He's
Yeah.
not slow.
He is, cause
Yeah.
he's slow. Cause women will be
Yeah.
like, I'd be like, she like you like, he's like, oh really? Like he's thinking of a chemistry problem or something. He's like,
She's
really?
not
But
interested.
if my again to stimulate me sexually, you have to stimulate me mentally. Otherwise, it ain't gonna work.
So that
And
guy,
that's just with me though. I can't speak for all men.
Right.
I know with me, it has to be mental stimulation first.
Because you are cerebral. Because you're a smart man. Now,
I'm
Q,
smart, but that don't
Q,
mean-
so
Q-
sex doesn't always
I'm smart.
intellectual. It could just be, the total opposite. You don't have to be in your mind to do it.
That's him. It could just be on TV.
He gonna call me a hoe on my own self. We're trying to ring a bell.
But-
It's a podcast for somebody.
Yeah, but every man doesn't operate the same way.
That is correct. But
Every man, and so you cannot. I know women have been done dirty, by
Men have to.
and
Men have
women
to.
have done dirty.
yes,
Because men can't do dirty without certain dirty women.
yeah,
Dirty.
well, true. But here's the other thing you have to understand: is hurt people hurt people.
Right.
Yes.
So in order to not hurt somebody after relationships, sometimes it's good to take that pause
Absolutely.
and heal yourself.
Well, no.
Yeah.
What is that thing? What is that saying? The best way to get over a man is to get under another one.
It is, but it's not accurate.
But see, that's that overreact. Okay.
Get over them by
Now we
getting
went over
under
the
me.
we went over the now we went over the pitfalls. Now, do you women want to know how to get a man? Do you women want to know how to get the man that you want?
Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, he's got to be single.
Single.
That's it. Got
But
to be
just
single.
because they're single don't make you available though. Make sure he's single and available because you could be single, baby mama, with exes still in your bed and all the other stuff going
But
on.
this is how you get a single,
And available.
maybe not available man. I'm gonna show you.
No, you gotta be available.
Be his biggest cheerleader. That's it. Drop the mic,
You'll be
baby.
available then.
You be that. He'll be available. You tell him that he can move that mountain,
Ah,
Okay.
and he will move that mountain.
move the mountain.
Woo! If you tell that man, you need to go for that job, because I know you can do it.
He can do it.
He can do it. And then when he does make that job and when he does move that mountain, say, well, okay. And then you tell him, well, why are you so excited, surprised by that? I told you that. I've always had confidence in
So
you.
you're basically saying in order to
She
get
ain't
the man
lying.
is to make sure you
She
want
ain't
that
lying.
woman for
I'm
that
listening to
man.
it.
And you're going to be that woman for that man. You know why? Because you studied him. You know his favorite color.
Mm-hmm.
You listen to what he said. You got a phone. You make the notes while you on the phone call with him. On your little note thing. See,
Now,
I ain't got
I
much
also
question.
think that while she's doing that, watch how he appreciates her in the process. Now, you could still do all these things for him, but if he's not showing the gratitude or appreciation or acknowledging that, and you just keep pushing and leave you behind, you gotta watch out for that now.
No,
Right,
you know
because
what?
you have men that just don't have that in themselves, and you know what? I'm sorry, but you get tired of being a cheerleader for somebody who can't even cheer for themselves,
And they won't even
That's
cheer for
true.
you.
and it's like, you know what? Time to go.
But no, that's what you do. You're like, I was here for you. I thought you wanted me. I didn't know you didn't want me, man. You should have told me that. I'm cool with
His
it.
actions will
And
tell you all
walk
of that.
away. Because as soon as you walk away from a man that
Yeah.
you want,
Yeah.
because men are what? Hunters and gatherers.
Yes.
He's going to be like, what the hell did I do? If you ever want a man
Preach.
to want you, walk away.
That's
Y'all
it.
listen to TD Jakes when he says, when people let you walk away, let them walk. When you walk away from a man that you want, who you cheerleaded for, who's available and single,
Mm-hmm.
I promise you with the $42.19 I got in my bank account, that he will be yours. I promise
Now, Mo, can
you.
I say this? Can I just say this?
Preach today.
Can I just say
Yeah.
this?
Look, next week I might have a
I-
fan, y'all. I'm just saying.
Listen, Mo, you're correct. You're absolutely
Let's write
correct.
this down on my
Yes,
notepad.
please.
So, but
Record
I'm
it,
just
honey.
gonna add to a little bit. I think another relationship pitfall is when you actually start to date or whatever the case it is, and you don't pay attention.
Yeah.
When you and because me,
Yes.
I'm an Aquarius. Aquarius, we adapt to our environments
Mhm.
very well.
Yep.
I think that's true with any water sign.
Yeah.
As y'all know, I'm a Pisces, and I'm right there with you.
And
You
so-
tend to go with the flow.
You just, I mean, it's just what it is,
You're
and
Because
fluid.
all liquid conforms into its container, so I get it.
you know,
Right
and-
there,
and-
amen.
And then so the thing is, when we do that now, once you adjust us to the way that you have been, we don't know anything else outside of that. Now, not that we can't adjust to it, but why get me to a certain place that you are not real about? And when I start holding you accountable for it,
Mhm.
you're hanging your own self.
Basically.
So I like when don't get into a position where you will ever start to be dishonest to me through your actions.
Mhm.
I can't help but to look at that, and
Yeah.
people think that I am losing my mind when I say stuff like that, because I can tell you that you're beautiful all day long, And that's not nothing that I'm doing just to appease you. I'm doing that because that's what I do.
Right.
But the moment that you don't notice, for example, if you know that I like my wig split, and if I got a third part in my head, don't act like you don't see that when you know I like my haircut. In other words, pay enough close attention to me when I ain't doing nothing, versus looking for something when things start to go awry. And so when you are dating a person, the way that you communicate is like my granny used to say, baby, love her on her feet. You ain't got to be in the bed to love her.
No, that's right. I like your
Love her
friend.
on her feet.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Here's the
You don't have to do
this,
that.
This is what people don't understand. When you are a water sign, you pay attention to people's actions. So soon as your actions change, my feelings towards you are gonna start to be the question.
Because actions speak louder than words.
Yes, it
So
is.
and here's
You
the
can
thing.
tell me shit all day long. I
What the
believe that
actions
shit
do.
when I see it.
If you give, if you're a man, the quickest way to my heart is, you know how you say quickest to food? No.
I don't know. Cook for me.
Money. I like the little blue Tiffany box, but I like that Cartier box better. But I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not being. Yes, I am. I like it because you're a product of your environment,
Right,
and I'm
right.
telling you about my daddy.
Right.
You know, I got yellow flowers, roses at school because of the yellow rose of Texas.
Right.
I got it from my dad. So when the guys would come and say, "Oh, here's some flowers," I'm like, "Oh, thank you for my flowers." Like, aren't you excited? Like, my daddy just got me 24. You know why he got me 24? Because
Yeah.
Right.
you know I went to the Western Union. I didn't even have to show my damn ID.
They were that familiar
They'd be
with
like, "No, Monique, nothing to hear from your daddy today." I'm like, "Okay, you have a nice day." My girlfriends tell that story, and people like, "Well, don't you like my card?" This is my third one. While I'm in school.
It's just like, you know, it's like
That's
you
my
said
daddy.
earlier, you know, it's like an interview. You know, especially
Yes.
with me, you know, I do listen to what people have to say. I mean, I promise to God I do. Y'all know I space out.
Yes, Lord.
When shit don't, you know, my attention span is very short to foolishness.
That's it.
You know, and so my thing is like,
Tolerance is zero.
if you talking, I'm like, oh, Serena playing. You know, I'm just not in your aura at that moment, you know. But because what you're saying is different than what you're showing me.
Yeah.
And when I start, you know, not believing nothing come out your mouth, I'm gonna feel like you're a liar, and you probably hadn't even lied yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's just, you know, I don't know if that's a horrible thing or not. but
No,
pray
it's
for
not.
me
You
and
know,
see what
people,
we
all
say.
they have is their word. That's all
Right.
you have is your word. And if you can't uphold that, then what's left?
your ball.
That's
Because
true.
your word is what you use to communicate with. Your word is what you communicate with. And how you create things in your life is with your word.
Absolutely.
So you can make and create or break everything with your words.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to be talking to 11:50. So, real quick, Miss Sunshine, it's on you.
It's on me.
It is on you for this because we kind of bleeding over in the segments.
Yes.
So I want you, what you got for us? Because I'm putting it on you. Do you
Where
see?
we at? Sexual incompatibility?
Well, another one right above it. We're gonna talk-
Romance. Is it
I thought
over?
we
Oh, I'm
talked about
sorry.
sexual
See, you
incompatibility.
cut off my name, so I was like, I didn't
No, it's
see
right
what-
there.
I
You
think
had
we
it
should
like
talk about
that. I
sexual
didn't see my name
incompatibility.
I like sexual
Romance. Is it overrated? Yes,
Yes.
I believe that it is.
Romance is overrated.
And let me
It's
tell you
overrated?
why. Let me tell you why.
No,
Let
I
me
like
tell you
romance
why.
now.
Too now.
You know, and this kind of goes with what we were talking about earlier. And, you know, we talk about interviews and stuff. But we all know through that initial meeting, that initial interview, you meeting the representative. You really ain't meeting that
Yeah.
real person.
Yeah.
Okay.
They presenting themselves as they want you to see them.
Right. I agree.
So then you end up falling in love
With the
with
representative.
the representative. And when that representative disappears and you get that real person, oh hell no. Hell no.
But wouldn't that be the case for everybody though?
Well, here's the cure for that.
Yes.
Be their friend first. I don't care how attractive you are or how sexy, whatever, smells, pheromones, all of that. Just cancel that out mentally and just get to know them as a person.
And see, that's where I think you have it right on the money is friends first.
Be friends. I don't care how sexy.
Because, you know, yes. I'm one of those. I love love. I've always loved love. You know, I've always had that imaginary
that
Cinderella,
Disney.
Yes,
Disney fucked us up, y'all. I'm sorry.
Right.
My mama let me come to that realization that Disney
all
really
these
fucked
Disney
us up.
princesses,
Minus you.
and
Yeah, I was gonna say,
stuff.
my mama never let me watch Disney, and that's why.
And you know, from the evil stepmother up into the castle.
Yeah.
And now you get to poo-poo all the commoners and
The
stuff.
man
No.
always came and rescued and said that on this white horse.
Right.
He was the prince. He already had his stuff
Right.
together. He just scooped you up and said, "Come on." We're like, "Okay."
Yes.
So
And so now I'm like, you know what?
So we can't-
There's nothing I can't do for
we can't-
myself. And like I said before, I never disappoint myself.
Yes.
So we
Come
can
through, sunshine.
we can actually say that this is proof that TV does impact children.
Negatively.
Right.
It
I
really
don't
does.
see
Yeah.
any positive impact from television.
But
I don't.
My favorite story was Cinderella. Like I actually wanted that Cinderella life. I
And
had
you were
two
waiting for your
stepsisters
fairy
that were mean
godmother
to
to
me.
come and go.
Wow.
"Poof."
You know, I had the two stepsisters that were mean to me.
Really?
You know, I
Wow.
had that. So it was like, oh my God, this is my life.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I
Wow.
wasn't like the servant, but I felt that way about, you know, the other side of the family. So I was like, okay, this is destiny. I'm supposed to have this prince. And I
Wow.
waited and I waited and I waited for that prince to take me away and start this whole new family that I always envisioned and dreamed of. It didn't happen.
So when y'all didn't look at Boys in the Hood, when he told her, he was like, "Shut up, B," and y'all didn't think that was a relationship.
Shut up, what?
B. Your Ice Cube told
Wait,
Regina
that hoe's got to
King.
eat too?
Just the other day, you know what
I-
the student said? He
Yeah,
said,
boys
what
in
if your
the
husband
hood.
called you? I said that he wouldn't be my husband.
Even when y'all doing it, if he called you, say,
No.
No, that's
That's what the contract
That's the
comes in.
contract. That's the line you
Okay,
cross with
now,
Moses.
because
Contract.
some women like that though. But okay,
You
I'm
know,
with you. The
I-
contract. It's a contract.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Understanding of when to
Okay.
do that and when not to
Name
do it.
calling, that's enough.
I'm not a B when I'm cussing you out. I'm not a B when I'm having sexual intercourse with you. And I'm not a B when you're giving me money. Do you understand this? I'm never a B. Now, I know I am to everybody underneath their breath. And like I said, there are people who say they hate me. And I tell them to get in line from North Carolina to Texas. But you're going to get in that line. By your height, your weight, your first and last name, you're going to get in that line. But I tell you one thing, what you won't do, you won't call me that. Well, you know what? You may call me that B word the first time. But when them teeth get loose,
When they get loose.
She come out North Carolina. You know that what's gonna come out them lips over there.
She's ducking and bucking.
baby, I'm beating you that. You're not gonna call me that. You're not going to disrespect me.
Okay, let me ask you a question though. Okay, and this is not topic per se. Now y'all are talking about the B word. I mean, I get it because
We're talking about romance, but now we're talking
yeah,
about
but we're talking about the B word. I don't know how the hell we did that.
Because you did.
But I just want to ask a quick question
Yes,
though.
sir. Yes, sir.
Why? Okay, so and this is in my own experience. Okay, so if that's the case, if you wouldn't want your man to call you a B, why do a lot of women allow their homegirls to? Bitch,
So turn
please.
you on.
that's a different relationship.
But this is what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying. If it's that's just like if we know, for example, if somebody of the Caucasian nature calls us the N-word versus our own people saying it, we'll probably be okay with that. There are some, hold on, Mojo, just listening. There are some people that, some of us, we should not ever be okay with that word, okay? But a lot of them nigga please, you know, blah, blah, that's what happens. What I'm saying is that why does certain persuasions of life impact us differently when the word is offensive, period?
Right.
If my thing is why would we be in? That's about the box thing. Keeping outside the box. Because you just like I said, homegirls, that's a different relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Okay.
what they do.
Right.
But if your dude called you that, you're like, nah, we just throw some blows.
And I'll explain it like this.
Thank you.
All right. So, in the locker room, there are certain people that play on teams with me that can call me nerd. They can call me, awkward. But it's not offensive in that particular situation because of the relationship and the nature of your relationship with that person. You're not taking it as offensive. It's
Okay.
kind of a not, but not really. It's just you're teasing each other a little bit. Kind of like family. When you're around your cousins, there's some things your cousins can say to you
Everybody
that
else
everybody
can't.
can't. Everybody
Right, that's
can't.
true. Okay.
So it's like
Okay, I'm with that.
it's like a family nature. And you can say a couple things other people can't say because you know it's not coming from a place of negativity. It's like
Okay.
I'm picking at you, teasing you a little bit, but goodness knows that let somebody else on another team
Yellow City.
call me, and then they don't know. Because let me tell you, when I tell you, I like to give people snot bubbles on the football field.
Snot bubbles.
What's that?
Oh, snot bubbles?
Bubbles come out your nose. from-
That's when you hit somebody so hard that it knocks their breath out, and because you have your mouthpiece in and their teeth clenched, all the air in their lungs comes out their nose.
So you got bubbles.
So you got snot bubbles coming out your nose.
And that's
All my
something
football
that y'all
players.
go for?
Oh hell yes! As a linebacker, oh absolutely.
Okay.
When you get up and stand over them and you see them bubbles coming out their nose,
Should we
talk
be
that
saying
noise
go
again.
Cowboys?
Nah, go Saints.
Barbarian.
Go
Who that
somebody.
nation?
You're so
I'm
barbaric.
trying to figure that.
Well, I know with my girl, I'm like I said, you know, our relationship is complicated. Sometimes I love her, sometimes I hate her, sometimes I be like, bitch, you gotta go somewhere. But, you know, look, I be quick to, call her out. But no, going back to some romance.
No, let's talk about
Romance
sex.
is dead. It's not a bad thing. Look, everybody likes
I
a
think
little
everybody
romance.
defines romance
There's a
differently.
time and a place for everything. How about that?
Now,
There
that's
you
a
go.
good one.
There you go.
Let's move on. Sexual incompatibility. Is it good enough to stay?
You know, sometimes bad is bad. You just gotta let that shit go.
I've got a friend who married. He was with this chick for 10 years. He married her recently. Shocking. I didn't see that. I lost my $2 on that bitch. And he was like, you know, he's like, sexually, you know, they're not, you know, there.
Something is wrong with you.
Just
Something
saying.
is clearly
They're
wrong
not there.
with you.
I don't know. I don't know about the sexual compatibility. I mean, see, I just
Mom,
don't
you
get
like
it.
you don't have sex, Mom.
No, but
Mom
I'm good.
doesn't have sex.
No,
She doesn't. Let's just admit
I don't
it.
have sexual intercourse. I make love and I'm good at it.
Oh
And
my
I-
God,
She's good at it,
really?
baby. What?
I mean,
Oh my God.
and because I wasn't with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, it's not like a whale can go through it. So I enjoy
well,
sex.
okay,
I don't
but
have to
no.
hang from the chandeliers or get a pole and bend it. I don't have
Women
to.
have been pushing babies out their vagina forever and a day to send that back.
I know, but there's some women out there that you men pick it up.
Oh, wow.
You can go.
Echo.
Hello.
That was incomplete.
Hello.
Not the echo.
Yeah.
Then not
And
only
these are
Look,
two
I
that.
have to say, I am the only person who has given birth in this room. I don't know
Yeah,
if you
and I've never had sex.
but-
I've never had sex with a woman, so I don't know how it works like that. But y'all do. Let's hear from y'all.
I'm just
Like I
good.
said, to me,
It
sex
ain't good.
Now,
It's
what's
not-
up now? What's up?
sex is not
The end
physical.
Right.
Sex.
Right.
It to me
For
is
me,
more
no.
about it's more about intimacy, and
Yes.
intimacy is not always sex. Sometimes sex
True.
is
Very
sitting
true.
up, laying cuddled up, watching movies or watching football since it's football season. You know, because you know A&M finna play this afternoon, and I definitely got to see my A&M game, and the Saints play tomorrow. So you know, hey, you want to get in my schedule? Any woman that knows me knows two things. That if I really care about you, there's only 2 times that you would hear from me.
Oh, wow.
If you get a response to a text during the Saints game and an A&M game, yeah, you got something. But if you, because most people ain't gonna get no response. I look at my phone, okay, yeah,
Well,
game
you
on.
honest about
You know,
it.
but I tell women that straight up. The
But you
Saints
know-
A&M game don't bother me.
Let
What
me
kind of
say
beer do you
this.
like, Reggie? What kind of beer do you like?
I can't drink anymore.
What kind of beverage? You like those kind of beverages?
Yeah.
You know what I do with my husband? Whenever that game day thing is on, that Monday,
It's
Thursday,
just Sprite.
Saturday,
It's
straight in the
just-
refrigerator. And then I go out because I don't watch football.
Right.
I don't either.
You know why? Well, we already know why. But I don't watch football because I'm like, I guess so.
Yeah.
I just watch the ass. I don't even
Yeah.
watch football. I just watch the ass.
I mean,
I'm
but
down. Sick.
Let me cut on that.
Big one too, baby.
it's break time. It is break
Ezekiel Elliott, you make $90 million. You still, your suit still can't fit. It's
It is
You
break
know what? Let's not
time.
even talk about them
Let's
passions.
go on break. Let's go on break. So real quick, everybody, thank you so much for watching. We come to our last break, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of old school with "Let's Get Closer" by Atlantic Star and "Full Moon" by Brandy.
I love Full Moon
yes.
by Brandy.
And we're gonna be right back in
I
about
don't know
5
that
minutes
song.
to end the show.
Well, maybe
Just
we
a
can
second.
sing it. Do, 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 do.
Oh,
That's my song right there.
no, I just like the beginning. That boy, that just
That's
lets
my
you know
song.
what's gonna go
That's
down.
grown and sexy to me.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
Oh, closer than close. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I got that. I know
You
that.
know, so how you know?
God. I said, Mo, you know who Atlantic Star is,
No,
Mo?
I know that because Barbie Weathers from Greensboro. I know that song.
Obviously,
I know
but-
this group.
I just said, Mo, you still should know who Atlantic Star is. Period, though, Mo.
This
Atlantic
is,
Star is one of the the groups
Biggest
that
groups in
had
the
only
80s.
one female in the group that held down the whole band.
she's sweet. She's a sweet girl.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of music Mom and Daddy were playing when they started playing cards.
Yeah.
You know, and it, outside we had a cookout. We didn't have barbecues, we had cookouts.
Mm-hmm.
It's different.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because y'all smoked the meat, well, we just said, damn, we don't have to cook inside here.
Yeah.
I don't know what my partner do because yeah, he be acting a fool on the grill. He acts a fool.
Oh, I got him a grill too. It was one of them grill with a soaker thing and a thing.
That was a smoker.
Okay, with a
It had
thing.
the side chamber on it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got him. I
yeah.
got him that the other day.
Alicia, I'm gonna bring you a cup.
Huh?
I thought he was gonna cry.
Mm.
She got
But
her
he got
cup.
his
She got
liver.
her
I
drink.
think I saw a tear come out his eye.
But you know
He was
what?
outside talking
Okay,
about.
April, you're gonna have to come back and see us.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like
I
this.
would love to. You guys are so
You
much
you
fun.
wanna hit a man's
Absolutely.
heart. You get him a nice grill.
We're gonna keep this on now. Y'all
You get a man a good grill.
I ain't taking it back no.
I got him from the Home Depot, and
We've been trying to buy my dad a new grill. He won't let us get him one.
Because
We had to
That's
fix
the-
his old.
That's the one
yeah,
that
It's
because
because-
he knows it. You know.
no, he said, yeah, he know the grill.
Yeah,
It-
we bought that old regular thing out there to the tailgate last year, and he was proud of it
Let me
too,
tell
because
you
everybody was, and then the meat started coming off, and everybody was like,
If she wouldn't give me back my
Look,
granny's
it's like a
bowl,
skillet.
if she wouldn't
Yeah.
give back,
Season.
if she
Yeah.
won't give back my granny bowl, I have my granny bowl. I wouldn't make my banana pudding nothing but that bowl.
yeah,
When is the Stargate? What's it called? Stargate?
The
Green
tailgate.
Bay.
Oh, tailgate.
It's
Yeah.
Cowboys versus Green Bay.
The
You
Stargate.
said it's October the
Sixth.
6th.
Stargate was the
October the 6th. It's a
I'm coming.
Sunday.
He said banana pudding, child.
You said
I
Stargate.
sure did.
My banana pudding is so good.
Yeah, I
Thank
know
you,
what I'm
Jesus.
talking
You okay? Are you sure you okay?
I'm good.
You said
Okay.
Stargate.
What y'all gonna eat after the show? I'm hungry.
Look,
I got-
I don't know.
I got running around to do.
I got some leftover Mexican food from yesterday.
Ooh,
I want
where'd
some
you get it
shoes.
from?
Did you go on a date again and over order? Or was that
No,
you?
no, girl, me and DoorDash, we be doing it.
Damn that shit high.
And you know what?
That
I
shit
be
is
like,
high.
Well, no, if you get some friends to sign up, it's never high because you get $20 every time a friend signs up.
all my friends are
And your
signed up.
delivery is always for everybody to come together, and then you pay. Listen, you don't have to.
But yeah,
Mhm. Get your friends signed up.
I just go to
Everybody
Taco Bell and see the hero.
and I can't go to Taco Bell. Me and
Well,
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell was
Taco
closed the
Bell.
other night.
That's taco.
The
I
only
went to
thing I
Taco
get from
Casa.
Taco Bell is the Power Bowls. I
Now,
love
I'm gonna
Power
tell you-
Bowls.
Now I'm gonna tell you where I'm gonna go when I leave here. Now, cause I'm a little hungry. Cause you just said I may go to Chewy's,
Mm-hmm.
and then but first I'm gonna dip off at Krispy Kreme.
Ugh,
Cause the hot
just
sign,
don't even
the hot
sound
sign,
good.
the hot sign gonna be on at 1:15. And so, 12:15. So by the time I get down there, it'll be like 12:30, 1 o'clock. So I can give me a couple of donuts. Then I'm going down the street and give me some Chewies, and then I'm going to the house. And what I want at Chewies, I think they're gonna give me a chimichanga, or I want me a fajita taco salad.
Okay.
Their taco salad is the bomb.
I ate my enchiladas yesterday.
I did it.
Today I'm gonna eat my
You passed your
tacos.
deadline. But you know you said that in the meeting. Mo said that she said she don't do well with deadlines. And what did we say when we gonna give her a day range right for the live?
Monday to Wednesday. I gave you Monday to Wednesday.
Well, you weren't on the meeting that night. He gave us the show.
I gave y'all the show.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. I said you got
So
from
Wednesday
Wednesday
to Friday.
Friday evening.
Yeah, Wednesday and Friday. He said Friday Eve. He texted me Friday Eve. And I said, what the hell? In my head. I said,
And
what the hell
look.
is that?
And you still
I
didn't do
just
it
got
yourself.
tired. I fell
Saturday
asleep.
morning.
I was waiting
1
for
minute left, y'all.
I was waiting for errands to come pick up this fucking refrigerator, and they didn't show up. 4 hours. I could have been getting tattooed.
Where can I go get some African beads from, like the
Okay.
wood ones? I want some African beads. I'm gonna start wearing
Deep
some.
Ellum?
Look,
Deep
what
Ellum
you want?
House.
What you looking
Pan
for?
Africa.
I want some wood ones. Like, you know, like the wood beads.
I know, but what you want? What you want specifically?
I want some brown wood ones.
So the Shea Community Center.
Look, I got arts and crafts boxes full of
I want them.
standing by.
I want,
Yes,
I want
sir.
them beads.
Standing
When you
by.
look at them, they be like, you know, I ain't gonna mess with him because he do voodoo.
You
What,
need,
Mom?
you just, I don't know. So I'm getting ready to wear that purple dress. So, with them J. Renee shoes.
What? And you know, let me tell you something.
Alright, y'all, welcome back, man. This
Well,
is
What's that
crazy.
first day?
We got 4 minutes left in our show.
We have 4 minutes left in the show. This is the part of the show where we come to our weekly encouragement. Again, Miss April Benet Sunshine, thank you so much for coming to the show today.
Thank y'all so much for having me. I had so much fun. Yes, thank you.
We want you to definitely come back or whatever case it is. And if you want to join us at the tailgate party on October the 6th, Dallas Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers.
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
And I still, no, you can come as long as you bring some food.
Bring some food. Bring some food.
Bring some food
meat.
and some alcohol. You
That's
good.
it.
Well, I was bringing my Tupperware.
I mean, but you never come.
You never come.
I mean,
the
that
only
ain't
place
bad.
we can get you to come is the show, and you late for that.
But I was what? I wasn't as late today.
So we
Next
come
week,
to
I'm
we've
gonna
come
be
to
here
the
before.
encouragement section of our show. I'm cutting that off. Landon, next time I'm gonna
Please.
if she answer out of turn one more time, cut her mic off.
Oh my gosh.
See, she don't even care. See, Landon, no. Okay, so we're gonna give everybody some relationship encouragement this week.
Okay.
So Miss April Benet, since you are here and as our guest, again, before you give us your encouragement, plug yourself and tell us where we can find you again.
Okay, I'm April Renee Sunshine with Tea and Whiskey with Sunshine. I go live on Facebook every Wednesday from 8 p.m. until we're done talking. You can also catch us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Pandora is our new platform now.
Right.
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 God
It
is
is.
good. God is good. So I'm very, very grateful. And thank you guys again for having me.
All right, thank you so much, and give us a little bit relationship encouragement for the people out there that's watching, them people too.
Okay, I would want to definitely say if you really, really want a true and genuine relationship, first of all, start with yourself.
That's
Amen.
good.
Get you together. Get you together. And once you're so busy doing you and loving you, they'll come.
They will.
That's good. Thank you so
If you
much.
build it, they will come.
Thank you.
There
There you go.
They build it, they will come.
Our relationship expert, Miss Mo Swag, you next. What's up? What you got?
Just piggybacking, you have to be okay with where you are because people don't like things that are broken.
Yes.
They may
Right.
be attracted to you, they're trying to fix you, that's why they try to fix you.
Mhm.
But just
Right.
be good where you are. And then people will come out the woodworks, like she said, because it always happens. That's why people say, you know, I wasn't even looking, and then you came into my life. Well, hell, what do you think?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was trying
That's
to be
the truth, though.
encouraging.
It was the
I was
truth.
doing like that, then I went down.
No, you stayed up.
Thank
You did
you.
good,
As good as I can
Mo.
do.
Are you done? Are you done? We got 2 minutes, so I'm to do this with you. Y'all always say I'm long-winded. Miss Sunshine, what you got?
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet.
Sometimes rock bottom is the perfect place to rebuild.
Okay.
Mm.
I like that.
Sometimes rock bottom.
With a shaky foundation, you can't build nothing.
You better
You
believe
can't
it.
build sniznick.
I love that.
Yes, I love that. That's
Bro, what you got?
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie.
All right.
You know, it's not about how much you love somebody. It's about how much you can't stand about them and still be willing to stay with them.
Yeah, that's true.
Because loving
That's
people
true.
is easy. It's the little stuff that you don't like about them.
Right.
Because if you look at old relationships, these old people, they'll argue, and then, well, baby, I'm finna go out and get something to eat. What you want?
Yeah.
That's
Amen.
right. Mm-hmm.
They had that
You're
argument.
mad as hell, and
Yeah.
still, what you want to eat?
Yeah,
right.
and one time,
I'm going to the store. What you want?
Yeah.
We
Right.
at the store. I'm at the store. What you need?
Oh
Yes.
no! Oh, going to the store. No, I'm getting ready to go to the store, slam the door, come back with your stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, all of
exactly.
it. All of it.
All of it.
That's love.
Yeah.
That's love. Everybody, thank you so much again for joining the show on today. Make sure you catch us right here on Facebook on next week. We got another special guest coming. Listen, isn't it? Well, that's not the 21st. Is that 21st?
Yeah.
Next week? We got a special guest, Miss Candy J of Miss Candy Candy Oleology. That's right.
Yes,
She is
awesome.
going to be here on next week. And listen, because it will continue with Grown and Sexy September. God damn it.
Ordained minister. Watch
And
your
I
language.
meant it.
I can't. Jesus cussed too.
He really did.
He called
Yes.
her a bitch.
He called his mama that?
A woman, nigga.
Oh, he called a woman a woman.
Called her a hoe too at the wedding.
What? It wasn't me. You know why? Because his teeth wasn't little loose.
You was not going to hit my savior. You know what I mean? I'll be
He
cussing
wasn't-
Peter. You ain't going to hit my savior, goddamn.
He wasn't your.
You're not
Say
gonna
the
do
GD
it. Hit my
word.
savior.
He wasn't your
That's
savior until they rolled that rock away.
No, he was a
Right.
savior on he was a savior at Gethsemane, and when they was about to take him off, they cut his ear off, and he said, you can't do that. No,
Wait a minute.
I'm
So
cutting
when
it
he
off.
was when he was at the wedding that he went to, his mama.
That
wanted
was
to go
way
to?
before he was
That's
on his
what
way
I'm
to the
saying.
cross, though, man.
No,
He was also a bootlegger, so hey, church saying amen.
You said
I know.
amen because he made it walk.
I mean,
That's
it's
why.
Sunday. We must be
I know.
Seventh Day
But
Adventists
let
up in
me go
here.
ahead and get we're past time. Let me go ahead and get my encouragement. My encouragement is for everybody to accept your individuality.
Yes.
Accept your individuality. Everybody, we were not born at the same time unless you're twins, and even they are born separate.
Yes.
You have to get to a place where you're able to accept the person for their flaws and understand that nobody is flawless. Because if you are around people that think that they're flawless, you're flawed yourself. So that's going to be our show on today. Again, catch us right here next week on the After Party Radio Side B. Also Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope. We got a whole lot of shit. Snapchat.
YouTube.
Make sure you follow us and we'll catch you on the flip side. Peace out. God bless you. All that good shit. See you later.
Pony Genuine coming
Yeah.
up on the board.
Pony by Genuine is our show.
You know what? This at the band dances. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Woo. Did you get that sent that to you?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, let's just go home and
All right,
Now-
y'all.
now-
We'll see y'all next week.